is up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to the Ham Radio Crash Course After Chat. Budget Bio NO is still one of my favorite memes. Every time I see it, I'm like, I can't retire you yet. I can't retire you. EME gets the ladies. Like, I just can't. That was still just one of the best after chats when that came up. EME gets the ladies. It's like, I don't even understand how we got there. Anyway, welcome to the after chat. Our goal here is to get you on the air. Get you licensed, ultimately, is one of the goals, but a license, honestly, anybody can pass a technician license. It really doesn't take that much time. We just got done talking to a cool engineering group here, but realistically, like, young kids get it. They don't have any classical training whatsoever, and they get the technician license without a problem. It's not so much getting the license, and you hear the same thing from the ARRL and from numerous groups of people who care about the longevity of ham radio and like what keeps it going. It's getting people on the air. It's getting people a project. It's getting people working on something that's interesting. And again, it's not like you're trying to like, I'm going to manipulate you into building your own antenna. Yes. No, it's just exposing them to how cool it is when you just get to do it on your own. And that's kind of the hacker mentality that goes into Defcon and all that stuff is, yes, we are inundated with devices all around us, but how do they really work? How do we figure out what their story is, the actual understanding? And you know so many people like this growing up. You might have been this person growing up. It's like, yes, I know what it does, but I want to open it up and see what's on the inside. I did that to my father's drill one time because he said it was broken, and I think he just wanted to get a new drill, as I later figured out. I took it apart and I fixed it, and he had already bought the new drill. So my mom was like, "Oh, so you don't need a new drill?" And he looked at me like, and I realized that day that I broke a very serious commandment of when someone says the tool's broken and they go buy a new tool immediately. That tool was broken, in fact. But no, that drill continued to work. Anyway, that's not why you're here, though. The After Chat's all about answering your questions live, and we do that via our Discord. The link is in the video description. Why don't you join us out there? Take the link, go to, once you're in, there's all these chat rooms on the left-hand side. Scroll down to hashtag live-stream, hashtag live-stream/afterchat. So that's the voice chat. Make sure that you go into your settings in the lower left-hand corner. There's a little gear. Set a mic, a speaker, and bind a PTT button for when you talk. So reminder, everybody, Defcon's coming August 6th through the 9th. The Ham Radio Village folks were gracing us with... Wait. There it is. Ham Radio Village folks came out this evening. It was a lot of fun. I think both Lauren and Justin, maybe others, might be in the Discord chat. So we're going to hop in there and say hello to all of our friends right now. Oh, wait. Okay, cool. If that's true, the DM that I just got, that is tremendous news to kick this off.
And I hate this one for this specific reason.
How's it going? Hey, how's it going?
Oh, just talking about old computers.
Who hates on old computers? Old computers are the best.
Oh,
we had valid reasons.
We're just comparing how old we are.
Don, you sound like you're on a different mic. Are you on a different mic, Don?
Yes, I am on the Yeti because the one that's in this headset died.
Okay, gotcha. So. Okay, it's not bad. It's just different, and I just wanted to make sure you knew that. Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, sorry for cutting in there a little bit. We do have, I think I saw a couple of the Ham Radio Village folks in the voice chat. Do we get a sound off on who we got in? Oh, I see Shooter too. What's up, Shooter?
I heard there were going to be Malort shenanigans, so
It's-
I put my headset on and enjoyed the chat.
Yeah, so first, is there any discussion, comments, questions, maybe longer-winded questions that are not just a quick answer that someone would like to ask about Defcon or the Ham Radio Village? We'll do that right up front, and then we'll get to the newcomers' answers and questions and all that stuff. No Defcon questions. No Ham Radio Village questions whatsoever. Oh, that could be on the YouTube chat, too. You guys jump in.
You know they'll happen, but they just won't happen when you ask for them.
Oh, right. Well, yeah. That's usually how it goes. But I'm very excited. You maybe saw the title of this video if you're watching on YouTube.
Mhm.
I'm trying to determine what I'm going to bring. I will definitely have a Meshtastic node. I have to bring. I love my H4M. I absolutely love that thing. My VGC, we'll talk about that. Great radio, number of other things. I don't know though. I don't know. There's a whole lot of things we should bring and discuss about that. In my little pouch there, we'll open that up in the future maybe, and that's some more physical security bits that you may want to have on.
Not the QM Hex?
I don't
I have a
know.
question.
Go ahead, question.
Hey, Josh, Endpoint here. So I have
oh,
not seen...
Endpoint here. Just so there's no grand entrance for the Endpoint joining us. How you doing, man? I haven't talked to you in a while.
I haven't talked to you since DEFCON.
DEFCON.
Yeah. So DEFCON.mesh firmware yet for this DEFCON?
They have not.
No, and I'm kind of getting weary about it.
Hold on. Hold, please. So continue to
they
talk
doing-
or talk questions, and let me see.
Are they doing Mesh Core instead this year?
I don't know, but I mean, they said it will be released soon, like firmware coming soon, but I'm getting weary.
I'll say I don't think the official DEFCON Meshtastic info has been released, but there is we have some Ham Village ones set up on the conham.radio website.
I have reached out to one of my contacts over at Meshtastic. I am also told that we might see some Meshtastic folks at the DEFCON, so that should be a lot of fun.
Dave's here.
No, I mean like the developers. Thank you, Chris, for the super
I
chat.
see.
Appreciate you, buddy. But yes, Meshtastic Dave, is he in the chat too? Do we have him in the chat?
Yep.
Yes.
I can barely hear him. Was that it? Was that Dave? Dave?
Looks like it.
Davey? We'll come back to Dave, but yeah,
There
Dave.
we go. Wrong mic.
There we go. Dave, you're gonna have a booth at DEFCON this year.
Not a booth. I'm doing a demo at
Oh.
Ham Radio Village.
Oh, okay.
Meshtastic, Mesh Core, and the DEFCON firmware.
Are you gonna be selling? Can you sell? Like, how does that work? Can you not sell?
No, I am not selling at all. I'm there to volunteer for the village.
Nice. Well, I think people will be very impressed what you're planning to bring out. If what I saw is what's going out there, that's going to be super cool.
Hey, Josh.
Yes, sir.
Dave will be walking around with the trench coat on with T1000s clipped to the inside.
You'll probably still sell hundreds if it's just Dave with a trench coat with hundreds of T1000s.
That's how I bought my first cell phone at a 2600 meeting, and I'm like joking at all, like 100%.
You just bought like somebody's phone? What do you mean?
No, a guy wearing a trench coat showed up, and on one side he had like cigarettes and cigars and stuff that he was willing to sell to minors, and on the other side he had a bunch of like Nokia phones that I think it was some kind of like, new cell phone sign up trials scheme of some kind, but nobody ever complained about the phone. Pretty sure it wasn't stolen or anything. Used it for a couple years.
And let me guess, he had a fanny pack with pagers in it.
I don't know. I mean, we all had pagers then. I don't know about the fanny pack part. The guy was from like downstate Maine, so
But
not.
He wasn't a shady lawyer from Albuquerque, was he? Sorry, Better Call Saul reference.
Yeah.
I apologize.
And did y'all have the fancy two-way pagers or just standard pagers?
They don't let those into the skiff, Don. The 2 ways.
Oh, they don't let pagers into the skiff at all?
No,
Not
they
where
do.
I used to work.
Receive
Not
only,
where
yeah.
I used to work.
Absolutely.
I don't even think you can receive in a skiff.
You can.
So good
Pagers
luck with
get
that.
through.
Nah, I think it depends on the skiff, right? Like it's got to be in the op plan. 'Cause,
You'd have to
I'm
have
familiar with both.
You'd have to have a Faraday cage basically to not let pagers through. Those are
Our
pretty
buildings were Faraday caged, and they were tested by security regularly from out in the parking lot. They walked walked around every building and made sure that nothing RF got out of those buildings.
Well, okay, then you are in a Faraday cage.
Yes.
Generally, though, receive-only pagers are fine. Okay. Do we have any more questions?
My question for you, Josh.
Oh, yes, sir. Go ahead.
What's your favorite place to eat now in Vegas? Do you have anything on the list now?
Tacos El Gordo, Lotus of Siam. That sounds so basic, though. I sound so.
Have you done Ellis Island yet?
No. What is that?
That is, it's like a 1 block off the strip. It's one of the last vestiges of value Vegas. Is like the odds on blackjack are still the good ones. I forgot how much the prime rib is. Like only like $40, but they brew the beer on site, and I think it's like $6. At least last year it was. It might be up $1.
Oh. It's a casino. It's a proper casino.
It's a casino as a hotel, and then there's also they brew on site, and then they have 2 I think kind of restaurants on property. I know we all show up there on Sunday and we just eat a ton of prime rib and lemon.
Yes.
It's what Buc-ee's would have been if it was born in Las Vegas. It's closer to a truck stop than a modern casino, in my personal opinion, but it's still a great place to go.
I love that. That's awesome. I know last year, my kids had an absolute blast at Defcon, and we spent so much time at the event that by the time we got out, nobody wanted to go on the strip. Like, nobody wanted to do that. That was crazy. Like,
it was too hot.
It was too hot, and it just takes too long to drive. Parking sucks. So I think we went to, like, the Chinatown area, and we went to, like, a seafood buffet on one of the nights. And I was sitting there going, like, I should have just stayed on the floor and let them go eat on their own. But
every time I go out there, I'm going to go explore this year, and by the end of the day, I'm just completely gassed.
Yeah, I guess somebody was telling me that even though the show closes, it doesn't really stop because there's a lot of like late hour things that are happening. We didn't dip into that, but do any of you have experience with that you can share?
Yeah, I mean, there's the official things that are on Hacker Tracker, which is like essentially there's the on-site. So the event takes place. I didn't mention this on the stream. The event takes place at the Las Vegas Convention Center, and it's kind of bounced around throughout the years. But right now it's at the LVCC. So after I think doors kind of close on the normal stuff at 5, then the parties start. There's the on-site parties. So you have like VetCon for all veterans. I think it's a veterans only
that
party.
was cool. They had like swag and stuff too. I couldn't get into that, but I saw them getting set up for it, and I was like, whoa, that's really cool.
The amount of swag is awesome. And then there's all the parties on site, and then there's the DEFCON offered live music. They get some amazing DJs. I know like 2 years ago they got a Taiko Japanese band from California, and that tore the roof off. I don't know if anyone knows Richard Cheese, but I know he's played DEFCON before. But then there's the off-site ones, and this is kind of where you need to start either listening to the con ham frequency or to make a lot of friends. And then once you make the right friends, you'll go get the invites on the hotel suite parties. I know if you Google DEFCON parties, there's a website that has all like the official public parties. We're on there. There's a bunch of other parties on there, and you can kind of like, I know on that website you can say I'm going to this one, this one, this one, and it'll tell you if you can make them all. So definitely check out DEFCON parties if you're going to DEFCON.
Oh,
I think it's just defconparties.com, by the way, Justin. It might be .org.
Yeah.
So I went to the rave, the Cyberdella rave, and surprisingly, I got to run the lights for the hand little stroby things that everybody had on their wrists. That was pretty fun.
And on the DJ front, probably worth a name drop that Miss Jackalope is one of the sponsors for the K4N Underground. She's going to send a couple of autographed Black Badge raffle cards for our silent auction.
Whoa. Wait. So what's a black badge raffle? What does that mean? What is that?
Right, so the Black Badge raffle is kind of a joke, but it's a customizable card game that one of the goons started a couple years ago, and all of the cards are different content creators, contests, villages, stories. Like, you know, the pool at Defcon 4, there was a shenanigan that people still talk about to this day. That's
I think I got one of those.
Yeah. So there's just like a pack of trading cards. And last year at the contest close, like, you know, we were supposed to be like getting a presentation together, but at the last minute, like, Malort's a card. Dark Tangent's a card. Dark Tangent autographed his card.
That was last year. Yes, you showed me that.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember now. Okay. Yep.
So I think this year's card game, the cards are, it's going to be like an NFC virtual game or something. I don't know. There's like a bunch of stuff going on there. There was a game with the cards last year too. Like there's like a cryptogram on the bottom of them. It's kind of like the Fox Hunt, right? Like, yeah, there's also a game element to go along with it too.
That's cool. So you're not getting a black badge necessarily, but it is a raffle. Oh, okay. Somebody just dropped me. By the way, if you want to, you can drop those in the hashtag HRCC livestream chat. The picture. I don't want to out you who sent me that, but that is a sweet picture, and you might want to just drop it in the text chat. I think people would want to see that. There you go. Look at that picture. That's freaking cool. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Discord. Come on, Discord. Come on now. Come on.
So yeah, the fun story with that is there's the normal like Black Badge raffle, and then after that we got these verified through the same folks that ran. I think it's what is it called? Shooter Order of the Token Ring, I believe.
Spy v Spy is the contest. They created a blockchain because we said it was on a blockchain at the contest close, so then they had to make it in like 45 minutes or something. It's a whole side shenanigan story about that thing, but that yeah.
The Order of the Blockchain is hilarious. Or no, Order of the Token Ring. I like that better. No, sorry, Token Ring.
Oh, Josh, you'll love this. So badge life-wise, you know, you talked about all the badges and how you love them. The conference that the HRV Midwest neighborhood did, SecretCon recently, and their badge had a token ring, like hand-rolled token ring protocol in it. So you could plug the badges together in a ring with 2.5 millimeter cables, and then if you said words into the badge over a console, then those words would like unlock levels on the badge. And that was like the CTF.
Like a microphone, or you had to terminal it?
Yeah, you had to have a serial connection to your badge, and then all the other badges that were token ring together, you like echo it into the terminal, just like putty to the serial port or whatever, right? And then start typing these secret words. And it would, there were 255 secret words. And of course, that was a really cool concept. But then on like the first day, somebody figured out that you could just echo all the words into the person's serial port. And then like they were hacking the badge like an hour after the game.
That's
so the whole
awesome.
point, isn't it?
That's the point, yeah.
So I just posted this one that I received at DEF CON last year. And I don't know what was with the tickets that I received. The blue ones.
I think that had something to do with the key for the cryptogram on the bottom, but it might have just been a troll too, because some parts of it are there to distract you.
I'll say, but it might have been for the rooftop pool party.
The rooftop pool party, yeah, definitely.
Fifth floor LVCC, baby.
Yep. That's awesome. I love the fact too that it's like Magic the Gathering. That's like a Magic, kind of like Magic the Gathering look. I like it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but last year they were expanding the convention center, and I believe we were only in like one section. There was a whole another section.
Yeah, so there's LVCC West, Central, and South. The map is public, so I can actually speak publicly about this. But we are in the LVCC West Hall this year, which is just fantastic compared to previous years, where we're spanned across 3 different casinos and you're running around getting your steps. And I definitely got my steps in there in the past. I'll drop a link to the map in the chat there. but you can see all the different villages, lock picking, all the other ones, and the contests, the vendors. There's some good vendors this year, but we're all going to be in the West Hall under one roof, under one big old AC unit.
And the LVCC itself is still like only 75% done being built. Like they started out at like 3 or 4 million square feet, and it's up to like 20, but I think it goes to 50 when they're done. That thing's going to be like a Taj Mahal to CES.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were expanding it this year, or is it still not done?
I think the construction on the 2 halls that were like closest to the West Hall are now done. So like the Central Hall and the South Hall are done, but then there's still 1 or 2 more halls, and then like a bunch of stuff around it. Then the most of that is outside the footprint of DEFCON though. So like it's not going to be, DEFCON's not going to be any bigger than it has been, but the LVCC is like twice the size it was when DEFCON moved there a few years ago.
So far, I mean, I haven't gone to any of the other shows. Is everybody liking the convention center? Because I loved it. I thought it was great.
I'll say it's great just to be under one roof, in my opinion. Is like not having to traverse 4 venues is very nice. Now, it is a very big roof, but it is one roof.
Yeah. I am showing the Hacker Tracker app right now. I don't see the maps, though. The maps are not there yet, so maybe it's online.
I'll say the maps are just finished this week. I posted a link to it in the Discord server.
Okay.
But yeah, in the next 7 days, the Hacker Tracker is probably going to transform a bunch. So like we're going to be uploading our talks tonight to Hacker Tracker. A lot of the other villages will slowly be uploading them over the next 7 days. But that app is going to transform into a massive repository of information.
So I want
like there you can see Toxic Barbecue and other, and like the DEFCON run. So if you have any runners who want to do a 5K in the desert, join the DEFCON run.
Oh my God. So I do want to point out, so I'm just, this is the raw app, right? And I just clicked on the event schedule. So this is August 6th, okay, guys? I want you to understand how deep this event schedule is, okay? So we're going to start scrolling. August 7th is when it truly is like full days. So this is still August 7th. August 7th. Still August 7th. I have to look at this now because I'm scanning it so quickly.
And this is pretty much a very empty app too in terms of content. Like we haven't uploaded our stuff on there yet.
Yeah, I'm still scrolling. This is 1:30 p.m. on the 7th. This is the first day. This app you can go download, by the way, if you ever like thinking about you want to go to talks, or you want to like. I'm still scrolling. It's 9. Oh wait. Did we just crap? There it is. That was the first day that I just scrolled through. It is insane.
You're not seeing the whole thing.
It is insane.
In one day.
It is insane. I literally go through here and just start clicking tags, and I can't keep up with any of it. There's just no way.
We always try to advertise people to study for their ham exam in advance because like there's people who will spend 3 to 4 hours in the hallway studying, and I always feel bad for them when they're missing out other content, but they have that drive and they want to get on the air. But it's really great seeing them and just kind of in the hallways cramming.
That is cool. Yeah, it's go ahead.
Josh, I think the map is maybe on the website and not in Hacker Tracker, but it definitely was announced on this week's call that it is publicly published somewhere. And I just wanted to ask if you've discovered the rabbit hole that is the DEFCON file server yet or not.
No, I haven't. What is that?
It's a continuous archive of all of the digital content created by DEFCON since I think like DEFCON 2 or 3. There's some gaps early on, but basically like Hacker Tracker exported to a PDF and uploaded to a file server, plus all the talks and
like slides.
The media server goes all the way back to DEFCON 1 34 years ago. I just dropped a link in Discord.
Yeah, drop the link. Is that like slides too? Oh no, I think I did find that. Okay, but this is like slides for talks and stuff, right?
That's where I was. It goes back to DC1, but it's like all inclusive starting at some point early on where like all of the content that's presented at the con is on the media server. For the early ones, it's a little less, comprehensive, but you can see a lot of the talks. I think there's actually media files with recorded talks from before YouTube was a thing. Now it might just be a YouTube link, but almost all of DEFCON's content is available after the con. So the thing I like to do at Defcon is be social and like, you know, interact with people who I don't see the rest of the year. And then I spend the other 11 months and 3 weeks watching, you know, YouTube videos of all the content I ditched while I was in the hallway con.
So the website is I just want to mention really quick that the website is updated for all the vendors that will be there too. So I will be I will be hitting all kinds of that stuff up.
Yeah, and bring lots of cash.
Bring lots of cash.
Do we need to bring Loctite for our badges this year?
I don't. Well, we don't know. We don't know. Lomesh will be there again. Our buddies at Lomesh. I did a talk with. Well, I talked with our Lomesh friends. We love Manifesto. We did a video with Brian Brushwood in them. Obviously, Hack 5 is there. Hacker Warehouse. Yeah, I'm gonna blow. Red Team Tools is like, there's lots of stuff there that I would draw money on.
I'll say my favorite villages that's not the Ham Radio village is probably the physical security village. So it's lockpicking, but it's bypassing security.
Yeah, so Sparrows, I actually got, I met the CEO of Sparrows when I was at DEF CON last year, and we ended up talking a lot on the phone and text messaging. He needed some help with some of his radios, and he had some like VGC radios, and I got him sorted out with it. And I have a, what is it, Sidekick? Is that the little folder thing? As a, let me take that back. I have a decent chunk of his kits already, but the folder, they have replacement tools for the folder, and I don't use all the picks on that. I really only use the single pick, the Bogota, and the city rake. I'm gonna swap it out. They've got like the feeler gauge for like doing decoding on combination locks, and so I'm like, oh yeah, I'm all over that. So I'm gonna be bugging them. I'll be there for sure. Oh yeah, there's literally my Sparrows mini gym. Gotta have a mini gym. Yeah. By the way, everybody, I know my my technician license is technically out of date, but that video series will work just fine for this. There's really not that many changes to the question pool than there was in the last one, and I have not had the time to make the addendum. It literally doesn't need a revamp of the whole thing. It's like the same questions, the same right answers. You just, like, there's a couple of questions that were added and some that were removed, and I need to make an errata kind of video. I don't know how that works yet. I haven't done that before, so that's why I haven't done it yet. But you're fine. Trust me. You can still pass watching my technician series.
Hey, Josh, have you looked at the ones that left and the ones that have been added?
I have not, but I talked to hamstudy.org about it, and they're like, yeah, it's not that big of a difference.
I looked at the comparison, and frankly, your video series, somebody wouldn't even notice. The ones that are added is still the same knowledge.
That's what they told me. It's like, yeah, it's not that different. So I almost just need to make a video to like eschew people's concerns and be like, you're fine. You're still gonna learn everything you need. Just go ahead and do it. Don't slow down.
So I will say I didn't watch every minute of yours as much as I skimmed because I was preparing for a class to train some people. But depending on how deep you went into digital modes would be the only real thing to care about, because there are more questions and more specific about specific digital modes in this round.
This is going to be a big problem because I'm referencing you specifically as I quote you, my videos are perfectly fine, and if you have a problem, go seek to destroy if you have a problem. No, I'm just kidding.
You quote me and use the word perfect at your own risk. The internet will have questions.
Yeah, you're literally good. Heather gives me the seal of approval. Hamstudy.org. You know it'd be fun. Heather, Defcon, Ham Radio Village. Huh? What do you think? I think you'd like it. Leia will be there. You have to deal with Ben and Edison, but they'll be there. This is the only, by the way, this always cracks me up too. This is the only show other than coming out to the Ham Radio Crash Course camp out where you will ever meet Leia in person is DEFCON, which I think is hilarious. She's like, I love it. This is just great. Edison learned how to lockpick in like an hour, and he went through 5 tumblers. This is just awesome. Like, okay.
He got
Hey,
him his own
Josh.
pick set for at home, right?
He did. Yeah, he actually oh man, I talked about this a lot on my recap video when I went to Defcon, but Defcon Next Gen is the coolest dang thing you can put a kid in that is any interest in technology. I don't know of a better summer camp weekend thing that you can put a kid in than Defcon Next Gen. The setup that they gave those kids and the access to the information that they had was staggering. All my kids walked away with greater understanding of so many technical areas. And then at the end, they had these little, NFC dongle thingies that tracked them going to the different locations, and the amount of places they went was their entries into a raffle where they could pick from a myriad of things, and Edison, of course, picked the Tool lockpick set. So he has a the boys have a lockpick set. I had to make mine. I had to do what the Anarchist Cookbook said and look in the gutters for when the street sweeper bristles fell off and use those. That's what I used as lockpicks, kids, because I read the Anarchist Cookbook as a child.
You could have, tried asking Kevin Mitnick for a business card once he got out of prison.
Oh, this was well before Kevin Mitnick went to prison or got out of prison, when I was cart hogging out lockpicks from the streets.
I was sad to find out that he passed away a few years ago.
Oh yeah.
I just think it's cool that his business card from KnowBe4 is an actual lockpick set.
Yeah. Yeah,
So Josh, last year when I went down from Oregon to come to DEF CON, I did something unique, and I made a website, and I want to mention it because it has my call sign and all that fun stuff. But I created a website where you could watch me as I'm driving, in real time. Great OPSEC, right? But anyway, I was also doing ham radio and hitting up POTA and SOTA.
Oh, nice.
And so as soon as I drove into the park, it would detect what park I was and show the park number. It was tied to my radio, so you could see what frequencies I was on. It was pretty cool. So I've taken it to a step further this year. And if you look in chat, you can kind of see the project as it morphed into.
Dude, that's cool. I think that's great. I love that.
So this year we're taking it a step further, since I have an IT person at work coming with me. So we're doing the same GPS stuff. We're monitoring OBD2, so we're getting like real time engine performance. We have a Radicode radiation detector that'll monitor radiation. We have Starlink. We're bonded between FirstNet, T-Mobile, and we also have a Starlink Mini on board. So we have service everywhere. But all that telemetry data will be live on that site as well, to see our signal strengths and all that fun stuff.
And you do want this public, or you don't?
That part can be public, but I don't know if I want the website and where we're going to put it completely public yet. I mean, I'll probably share it with you guys internally, but
why don't you just clean it of your
cool
call
project.
sign and then just? Oh, no, I guess you can't, because people want to know where you're at to chase you potentially.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a tough one. Okay. All right. Well, you make the call. You make the call.
The software is written in C, and we're also tying into Kismet, and we're going to be war driving as we go down the road. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a great thing.
Oh, my war driver! I got to get my war driver out and get that set up for the drive out too. Shoot! Thank you for reminding me.
I'll say, what setup do you have?
What's that?
War driver do you have? Oh.
I have a video on it. It's got a couple of ESP32 boards in it. I don't. It was the kit. Oh crap! Hold on. I guess I could just Google myself. Or somebody will drop the link. Somebody drop the link on the war driver. It's on my channel. John Dvorak though passed away on the 20th. That's crazy. I did not know that. For anybody that was a fan of his podcast, that's kind of sad news.
An ex-coworker of mine used to swear by the Dvorak keyboard, and he'd change the keyboard layout every time he sat down to somebody's computer to do work. And then sometimes he would forget to change it back, and then you'd have to chase him down, because who doesn't use Dvorak and actually knows the key layout, right, without looking at it.
I don't know the Dvorak key layout. Do you use Dvorak?
No, I don't, right? But like the concept here is like where QWERTY is on your keyboard, the letters are completely different. It's supposed to be more efficient. This guy was like hyper autistic. That's why he did the Dvorak layout. But if you can't type, you don't know what the letters are. It's bad.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, there you go. It's an OG war driver, I'm being told. It's the 463N7. That was the one that I've got. It's the OG, just like me, because I use old stuff a lot of times. Not that I'm
I thought
cool.
like OG was like Net Stumbler.
Net Stumbler.
I'll say that I have like essentially a variation on that one. I'll post a photo in the chat of it.
Oh, nice.
You should post the one that has your cat.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I have to check to make sure that it even works. I don't even know if it's going to work.
I kind of want one of those. Where'd you get it?
The Single Sleuth or Josh's?
The one Josh posted. Or no, Single Sleuth.
I posted the link for that in the server. It's a kit. I think they're made to order essentially. They're nice. I like if you can see the photo that I posted.
It's the same one. It's you got the newer version of the one I got.
Yes, it's still the Hewlett software and basis. It's just revised a little bit. The nice one with the one I have, you can kind of see in that photo, is that I own a GoRuck backpack, which kind of has those PALs or Molly webbing on it. So you can just kind of strap it to the outside of the bag and then run it to a battery on the inside of the bag.
Dude, the Dvorak keyboard layout is insane. That is fully insane.
You want to know?
All right, now imagine being trapped in VI and trying to remember how to quit without saving.
Oh my god, where's the Z and the X? Oh, the X is somewhat... Oh, Z's all the way over there?
You mean where it would be used the least?
Yeah. I mean, I can see he's got kind of a Morse code jam thing going on, right?
So Dvorak originally conceived of the idea for someone who is an amputee. And so there is both a left-handed and a right-handed meant for single-handed people to use Dvorak keyboard layouts, as well as this one that's, I'm going to say, a little bit more familiar, but how many people have seen it before?
Yeah, and everybody in the chat is saying the Dvorak that passed is not the same as the keyboard. John Dvorak, or the Dvorak I believe that they're referring to is the podcast guy who did the Podcast Father podcast for a long time, and he was a part of he had a Tech TV thing, or no, was it Twit? He was on Twit.
Yeah, August Dvorak would have probably been like 150 by now.
Yeah, I think it's a different guy. Yeah.
You seen a French keyboard by chance?
CNET. That was it. He was from CNET. Thank you. Also from Twit.
Yes.
French ISO or ANSI?
So French keyboards are really weird because they move like AZ and Q, but the whole right side's like normal.
Are you just referring to Azerty instead of QWERTY?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
That's certain European countries, not just the French, have done that since almost as long as QWERTY has been around.
So I have a tablet, and I bought the bottom portion for it, the keyboard. And when it came out, okay, wait, what? What? Oh my God, the keys are on backward. Then I found out it was a French keyboard.
Are there actually people in the chat that use the Dvorak key layout?
Are you
reals?
asking a bunch of ham nerds if they're nerds?
I can make an introduction at Defcon if he shows up, but the guy in question has been known to be there, the one from my story just now. So maybe I can help you out with that question, but I do not.
I can't imagine there's people that are still rocking that layout, but maybe I'm wrong.
There definitely are. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The one-handed angle, okay, imagine a keyboard balanced on top of a server pulled out of a rack, and now you understand why this guy was actually a brilliant genius for doing this.
So this is the villain from Tomorrow Never Dies. He was a Dvorak enthusiast, right?
I think that may also be true. I would imagine you're probably talking to quite a few keyboard enthusiasts already.
Yeah, literally. Here we go. I found a picture of him holding a keyboard. I thought that would be easy, and I achieved all of my goals. Literally. He literally just walks around and types. He's a bad guy with technology. When people didn't understand what, well, they still don't understand what hacking is on any kind of TV show or video, but that is a prime example.
Hacking is just a words per minute typing speed.
Interesting.
What
a clarification point we've decided to drop hacking.
Well, it's just any TV or movie. Someone who's hacking is just literally typing fast.
Oh yeah, true.
Who says it has to be one person? It can be several people on the same keyboard.
The more the better, right?
Exactly. It's the faster you can hack, more hands.
So hackers is now like the equivalent of like a gaggle or flock of people with mechanical keyboards.
Wait, hold on. Important information just dropped. Steve, are you rocking Dvorak keyboard? That is what you use for keyboard? Is that real?
There are people that swear by that it's faster than QWERTY.
It is.
Yeah.
That it's faster?
It was. At one time, I remember it being pushed really heavily for people to switch, and I didn't see any point to it, but I know they were pushing it for a while.
That's wild. Now I'm kind of curious.
There's actually a science behind it, Josh. So QWERTY was designed because the relays at the time couldn't take multiple inputs at a time, right? So you could group keys together as long as you weren't pressing them quickly in sequence. Dvorak was developed presumably without any consideration to the switch side of this, right? So assuming that you're talking like a modern physical keyboard with, good switches, like you can have every key signal whenever it wants. So Dvorak is specifically designed for key usage. Like you said, the Morse code thing, that's the design. I don't remember where it was done, but there's an academic study where they actually tested people who were like professional typists using both keyboard layouts, and Dvorak is demonstrably like 20% faster. It's not even close.
20% is a lot.
Yeah, man. Like people who are typing 140 as a court reporter or whatever on QWERTY, or they don't even use QWERTY.
No,
whatever,
they don't.
Right, like professional typists. And then somebody put a Dvorak keyboard in front of them, and they're doing 200 near it.
Executive secretaries.
What? What is an executive? I know executive secretaries, and they did not use Dvorak on. Let me just tell you. Let me spoil the.
Back in my day, anyway, they used to be the absolute fastest typist in the typing pool.
Was that shorthand?
Right, and this is a science from like the 80s, right? Like this academic study, because that's I think when Dvorak was being pushed, like you were talking about, right?
Yeah.
So they did the science with people who were like day-to-day professional typists, like probably on like an actual typewriter, not even a computer, right? These people were pushing keys, and again, like I'm being real broad with the brush on the numbers and everything, but 20% seems to be the number in my head. Like it was very, very drastic improvement.
Okay, so there's a couple things here. So, the capacity in which the QWERTY keyboard slowed down typist speed to mechanical typewriters being able to keep up order, that was a result, not the design. The Dvorak keyboard, however, was designed with both speed, but that was kind of a side effect. But the capacity to not get arthritis from typing as we go from a society where only a few people type, and it doesn't matter because they're women, unfortunately that's how society was, deal with it, to almost everyone types for their job in the late 70s on into the mid 80s. And yes, that's the time frame that this push really started, but it was specifically because of like the prevention of arthritis and dealing with it.
I mean, do we need cursive anymore?
I still write in cursive. Like
you.
Yeah, of course we do.
I do. I can literally go get my notepad, like my e-ink notepad that I exclusively write in cursive. I don't have to lift the pen up at all. I just go. It's a flow state.
I mean, after you grow up with it, you don't think about it anymore.
So last year at Defcon,
Wait, hold on. I'm not ready to get off of this topic. So
All right.
you're telling me that Dvorak is the cursive of keyboard formats?
Kind of.
Only if you're trying to be a hipster.
Can you order laptops that are Dvorak formatted, or do you have to actually go in and like rekey them?
You can rekey a foundation or whatever, right? Can't you just pull the caps on those?
Yeah.
I mean, any
mechanicals
keyboard you can for sure. That's easy, but like a laptop, like probably what's the one that everybody swaps the bullshit on? The
Framework?
framework. Yes, thank you.
Okay. So laptop keyboards typically don't have a profile anymore. All the keys are very flat. So it's very, very easy to do as compared to like if you have like a Cherry or a MX or a whatever. What's the OEM profile is the hardest. You have to order a set of keycaps or order a set of stickers for your legends to remap them. But it's software change.
So you
looks like
yeah,
Dell
no, of
used to do
course.
it.
I know you have to software change, but you're telling me I can just take any laptop and rip a key off of it and just move it to another one?
If it's designed for that to be done nicely, yes.
Okay, that's
what I
very
mean.
easy out, but like a Mac keyboard, could you just...
Well, designed for anything to be changed, and then you said Mac, and we threw the whole thing out the window. But like,
wait, hang on,
almost
I
everything
got the Mac solution. Josh, you remember when you'd go to like the auto oil change place with the clankety AT keyboard in like the mid diggities or the early doos, and they'd have like the Coke proof cover on top?
I have no idea what you're talking about. What do you... Okay, I'm going to get my... By the way, I changed my own oil, so this might be a lost reference on me. I changed my own oil until I got an electric car.
I worked as an oil change technician, so when I did, they had like this plastic cover over the keyboard that had key-shaped covers on it, but you can order a Dvorak, like it's like a sill pad.
Oh, I don't want a condom. I don't want a condom for my keyboard.
Yeah, if you look in the chat, I dropped basically what he just said. It's something you can order on Amazon, which is a bunch of stickers to go over your keys on the keyboard to give you a Dvorak style if you want it.
I'm curious. Actually, now I take that back. I might actually be curious enough to go get one of these Dvorak condoms for my laptop and put it on there and try it.
Wait, Josh, let me ask you just a mechanical question here, okay? And I promise, I think you get the spirit this is coming in, but do you type with your fingers or with your eyes?
Yes, mostly my eyes, looking at the screen.
Yeah, then Dvorak is for you. Your hands would never leave the home row.
Yeah, you don't need to relabel the keys. Just change the key map and
yeah, but you have to relearn it. It's the relearning I'm talking about. I'm already at the point where I don't care. Like I don't have to look at the keyboard, but the relearning process.
I talk into the thing and it types for me. Have you guys not caught up yet?
I just send Morse code. I don't even have a keyboard. I just have a key. I just used it to
to key the mic.
I just key it.
Apparently, millennials will be the last generation or something that knows how to use a keyboard because everybody's just using a touchscreen now. I read an article about that pretty recently.
Oh God, I hate touchscreen.
Everybody I work with at the startup is all people younger than millennials, and they're all hard charging typists. Like a lot of them are really good typists.
How's it possible to be younger than millennials?
Younger than? What do you mean?
I mean, aren't they the youngest?
No.
Gen Z.
No, it's like
Gen Alpha.
Alpha now.
We roll over
real things.
I mean, they're human beings, so yeah, I think so.
Oh, everything just stopped with millennials.
That was it.
Ask one. That will
Once
be the
we
answer
hit the year 2000, time stopped for you.
All right,
Ask
Josh.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Let me tell you, you're not wrong.
So, Josh, I actually learned Dvorak in high school.
No way.
In 1880?
It was 1890. I did not take typing.
Okay.
And there was you could take an elective, and one of them was Dvorak. So I took it. And between that and RPN, it was a very interesting combination. To this day, I cannot use an algebraic calculator. RPN completely destroyed my ability to do 2 + 2 = 4. I don't think that way, period. It was, in fact, you'll have to pry my my 10C out of my cold dead hands. I still have it on my desk. But yeah, I actually learned Dvorak. Dvorak, from what I remember, actually developed the keyboard to reduce the number of finger travels and the digraphic frequency of the English language, which was the two. There you go, the 2-letter combinations. So yeah, you can type. It made more sense to me. I do remember trying to learn QWERTY and typing and bailed on it. I just could not. Yeah, could not do it. And but yeah, I did for a while. I did have a Dvorak keyboard.
That's I guess I got. So this is a whole nother step. Is I got a couple guys at work that have the concave keyboards, and I haven't fully dipped into that yet. But yes,
I haven't wrapped my head around that kind of weirdness yet.
The one where they like click up with their pinkies,
yes,
like that stuff, like the real stuff, like some of the real coders that are at
Look,
my job.
I get anarchism.
Like,
that's next level right there.
Yeah, that's crazy. But for me, so I got out of all that game because they figured out really early on when I hit high school that I could fix computers. And so they made up fake credit for me to not do typing so that I was like the first IT guy while I was like a sophomore in high school. And I just fixed computers during my typing time. So I was literally like fixing teachers' computers and crap. That's what I did. I passed through all of that.
Yeah, I remember a buddy of mine and I made Dvorak keyboards for the VT100s. I'm sure Dawn will know what that is, but yeah, we.
Dawn runs on a VT100.
I got on the internet for the first time from a VT100, which leads to my next question. Next to your Dvorak keyboard cover in your Defcon kit, if you can squeeze in a 1.25 meter data capable radio, I say we should have a PSK 31 QSO between Contest Ops and the Village on 1.25.
Let me grab a radio really fast. See if I have one. Hold on. It's either 900 or 1.2. Hold on.
So I'll date myself. My first computer, if you want to call it that, was a Kim 1. So I'll leave it at that.
Your first computer was the little Greek boy in the village that could use the abacus.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just after the invention of sandals.
So it was just the reflection discs, right? You know, you shout to the reflector and they can hear you a mile away.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, Steve.
All right, how about IRIX 5.6 on a Challenge S? Does that trigger some memories for you?
Oh, you're getting there. Yeah, the S100 bus, I have fond memories.
We're in, buddy. I gotcha.
Could you read the Hollow Earth code, Steve?
Oh, my God. But not anymore. Dawn, you're killing
Me either.
Yes, I have an Alinco DJ G7, which will do 1.25.
All right, so this is probably something that I should ask permission for beforehand, but the BBS is going to be on 1.25 among other things.
A BBS. Okay. You had me at BBS.
Dude, Steve, you would love DEFCON, Steve. You would love DEFCON.
I've been to DEFCON several times.
Oh, okay.
In fact, one of my best friends was a keynote speaker several years ago.
That doesn't surprise me now that I think about it.
Yeah, Josh is like, of course that happened.
Yeah. Is there a data port on this thing? Oh, I think there might be on the top. I might be able to do data with that. I'll go look into this guy. I haven't done a lot with it because it was primarily for voice. We did our thing, and then we're kind of like, it's now just chilling. But if I can do data with that, packet BPS on 1.2, that would be awesome.
Another one that's really good that's lesser known is Recon. I really like the Recon guys, but DEFCON is certainly an experience.
Yeah, there we go. All right. Adding to the pile of crap to bring to DEFCON.
Now I'll say, Josh, I forgot to ask, did you see the biohacking village last year and putting a radio inside you?
Whoa. So I have the RFID.
There's
did. Radios now?
He's already got a prison edition Baofeng.
I did see it, but we didn't go. We didn't go to the biohacking.
What radio?
It's I just dropped a link in chat. It's it's a RFID NFC, but it's always been on my bucket list is to find a shady guy, go to his hotel room, and get injected with a microchip. But you can get basically like a T557 and an NFC into a little glass ampule there, and they put it into your hand. It's a great party trick.
I heard you know a fun thing.
I think
I
I
got happened
could
at a
lose
recent.
my clearance doing that. I have a feeling I could lose my clearance.
It's also much longer than you think.
So I actually have 2 of those, by the way.
What was that?
I had
Lauren
3.
said something. Lauren, go ahead.
Oh, that RFID is much larger than you think it is. That needle's huge.
Yeah,
Oh
I've
yeah,
seen
they're
it.
giant.
But what is the radio in this? Is it a transmitter or is just a
Just a
capacitive
little
power?
NFC chip.
So
Yeah,
what do
it's
you
just
do with it?
NFC.
You just flash it? It's NFC, right?
Yeah, you can put your work credentials on it. You can put it's the nice thing with this one from Dangerous Things the Next is that it's 2-in-1. It's a T557, so you can put like your standard like Indala or any like HID credential on it that you can clone with a Proxmark, and then you can get just kind of shenanigans with the NFC. I mean, if you've never been on the Dangerous Things website, there's a lot of fun things. Like you can mail them your credit card and they'll put it into an injectable. There's a lot of fun things.
Can I ask? There's an option for an LED choice. Sorry, Seth. Hold on 1 second. So when like it has an LED, will you see it through your skin?
Yeah, if you go to the next image, I think on there it'll light up.
Ah, okay, Seth, go ahead. Saf, go ahead.
So not only can you get your credit card converted, they offer an Apex. It's the same thing as a credit card, but it's with a different bunch of stuff. Also, yes, Josh, you can get an LED. I'll post a photo of mine in Discord.
Now, how many things can you have on it? Like, if I put my work badge on it and then that's it? Or, like, how many?
Yeah, this one's just 2.
One can be your work badge, and NFC can be whatever the hell you want. I've got mine set up to launch a photo.
So, NFC would be like your work badge, but then you could put your credit card on the other one, is what you're saying?
No credit cards. That's a different product. But T55 is your doors. NFC is things like contact cards for tap to pay. So,
gotcha.
But they don't allow tap to pay at all. No one will allow. But NFC, you can do here's my business card type deal.
Oh.
So I actually have a story about mine.
This is intriguing to me. I will get stabbed for something like this.
I can make another introduction, Josh, that we should talk. But the contact card business is really fun too, because you can trigger those so that if somebody taps like their Android phone at your hand, they'll open your like LinkedIn profile. So I know a lot of the biohackers are earlier in the week at Black Hat, and when they're making contacts with vendors, instead of exchanging a physical business card, they'll literally just be like, open LinkedIn and tap your phone right here, and it'll bring up the contact page.
Well, I just need it for my YouTube channel. I could just go tap people's
you can do
phones and just pull up my YouTube channel.
Absolutely.
Can you do automations where it pulls up the YouTube channel and then they also subscribe?
Yes. Well, I don't know about subscribe.
No, yeah, you could, because the subscription at the end of the day, it's just the a URL, right? So you just have to reverse engineer whatever, the subscribe API call translates to into a URL. And yeah, probably they'd have to maybe be like logged into, YouTube on their phone or something for it to actually work without prompting them to log in first. But for sure, the channel is no problem.
I will find a video that I've got where I open a YouTube link. Hold on.
Hey, Josh.
Yeah.
So, surprise, surprise, I actually have 3 of these in me. Well, I actually had 3, but now I have 2.
Okay.
You want to hear the funny story about the third one?
TSA. MRI machine. Go.
Actually, I went through an MRI, and it does feel weird. They do have to like wrap it because you can feel the magnetic field, which is really weird. But no, the story is I was visiting my brother, and we like to do gun things, and I had them between the thumb and the pointer finger on both hands. The next is what I had on my right hand, and I'm right-handed. And when I shot a .45 gun, it dislodged it and put it between really bad spot, like in that intercostal space, and I had to have it surgically removed.
Oh, so put it in your non prominent gun hand is what you're saying. So
Yes.
left hand. Okay. Hey,
Definitely.
that's pro tip. That's pro tip right there. I like it. I like it. Okay.
Now,
okay.
the other thing is if it ever does happen to you, have the website ready. The owner of Dangerous Things was really awesome during that whole process because I was in rural Montana in a podunk town where there's like not that many people.
He's like, I got a K-bar. I'll cut it out of you right now, boy.
No. The hospital wanted to do with me as a psych patient because here I am rolling in with an open wound that I caused, trying to pull it out. And they thought I was crazy until they took x-rays and actually saw it.
There you go, Josh.
You have set, like, you created a story for that entire staff there. Like, they will forever talk about that situation.
It wasn't until they were taking me to fluoroscope because the doctor said removing this because you couldn't get a grip onto it was worse than a bullet. And it wasn't until I was taken down to fluoroscope that they were badging through the hallways. I'm like, see how you're badging like that? I can do that with my hand. And I did it and it flashed red because it's not authorized. But it finally clicked for the nurses and the doctors.
Oh, because the fact that you could actually hold it up and it registered with the system. Oh, that's actually a really cool trick to do.
But up until that point, they were like really worried I was like a psych patient. It was crazy.
So the solution to this is to get your medic alert tattoo above your other RFID implant with your medic alert information that they definitely won't look for while you're having a medical issue.
Scan here is diabetic.
Exactly.
Scan here has implants. Yeah, I don't know. Wait, hold on. So let me think. Have I carried RFIDs into a space that has to be fine?
If you have a CAC card, it has an RFID card amongst others.
But that's their card. That's their card, though.
Yeah,
that's not you bringing in your own card.
So I think you should ask your program director this
question.
Yeah,
I gotta talk to facility security on this one.
It's going to depend on the program, but it's passive and the range on it is pretty limited. So I don't think like from a like a red teaming perspective, I don't think the threat profile is super high on somebody having that type of implant.
Ink, you're wanting to put one in, correct?
I've wanted to ever since I learned about Defcon, but the reason I don't is because I'm a pipe band drummer and like I play traditional grip, so it'll be right where I'm hitting a bunch of the time. So one day maybe we'll see. I'll need a lot of more. And
I don't think it's limited strictly to your hand. I mean, this technology evolved from like the dog chips, right? For your cat and your dog, right? So like you could put it in the back of your neck or your shoulder. Like it just has to be somewhere you can get.
Could you imagine badging in with the back of your neck?
Okay, but there's this biohacker Len No. I saw a talk that he did. The guy's got it's a really small now, but it was big at the time. He's got like a 512 meg SSD, like subdermally implanted in his collarbone.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Look at this," and he's just like moving the hard drive around. Like, you can do a lot of crazy stuff.
I'm actually kind of in on this. I think I'm actually left-hand. Oh, I'm left-hand dominant, but I shoot right. Everything else I shoot right-handed, mouse right-handed. So this might actually work pretty well.
I'll say further down on the live stream chat, there's some more photos. There's the disc one. That one grosses me out because you have to open up like a whole flap in your hand. But then like there's the traffic light ones where like they just put them in their upper arm and you can put a bunch of them and they all light up.
Oh, colors. Those are things that go in you? Those are pictures. Oh, I didn't understand that. Oh no.
Oh yeah, they go inside of your skin.
No, I know that, but I didn't know the disc went in. I don't know about that. That's a whole thing.
Yeah, those are older, but they do go in.
I'll say the little ones above the disc in that photo, you can get them as stickers and put them under your fingernails. So if you get your nails did, and some nice French tips, you can put them and then your fingernails light up.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, that's kind of cool. Yeah, no, I think I would be down with the dual bander one. Oh, I want a blinky. I want to flipper my blinky.
Hey, Josh, read your DM.
All right, I will. Hold on. Do I need to do it right now?
Josh, the one with flipper is me. That's literally
I got
a week or two after getting it installed.
I'm totally. Oh yeah, so that it is a big needle. So everybody, warning: if you flinchy by needles, that is the needle. So it's pretty chonky.
Imagine like a grain of rice.
I had to look away myself.
But bigger.
Nah, I mean, but it's going into a. That's not that bad.
Like, there's a way to think about it too. If you think about like dermal implants that just like random punk rock people get, like this is nothing, right? Like people have ball bearings that are like, you know,
permanently
super huge.
Well, that was. I think it would be kind of funny if you put it in your forehead and you keyed it to your badge on your forehead, and then people watch you badging into the office, like rubbing on the sensor. I think that is a very funny thing to do.
Did you see what Texas Power Man said?
I didn't.
Putting them in their butts because that's where their wallet goes.
That's really funny. Actually, holy crap, that makes a lot. Well, I don't know how well it lives in the subcutaneous tissue and all that stuff, but
it will encapsulate over time, so it will start to stay there,
and it will become less effective as it gets further pulled into your butt.
I don't
it's
think
not subcutaneous. They're dermal, right? So it goes in your subdermal layer. It doesn't go into your soft tissue.
People are not happy that we're talking about this in the chat. They're like, "Bad idea, Josh. Don't do it. Don't do it, Josh. Don't do it."
I was actually going to say, Josh, if you're down, I'm down. Let's do it.
I think I'm down. I think I'm down. Oh, wait, Grayman, are you going? Are we going to Defcon? You going?
Oh, this was Dave, not Grayman.
Oh, yeah, Dave. Okay, sorry. Grayman is floating as he was looked like he was keyed up. So, Dave, I'm thinking about it. I will talk to the appropriate people in the office and be like, "Hey, is this going to be a problem?" I have a feeling it won't, though.
Doesn't Loyal have one?
Basically, door stuff.
Can I say something real fast, Josh, about this?
You can, but I gotta break the seal on this and step away into another topic. But go ahead.
Yeah, I know. Everybody should be aware of this. The ones that you buy on Dangerous Things are different than what you're buying if you buy a pet one. Do not use a pet RFID chip. Usually it's not compatible, but on top of that, there are ones that are known to be dangerous. The glass potentially could contain lead or other impurities that would make it not safe to inject. So, again, do your research if anybody else wants to do this. Dangerous Things has been like vetted throughout the hacking community of doing biohacking, and it's really safe. But if you look at other RFID injectables, especially ones on eBay or Amazon, they're probably not safe. Just letting everyone know that.
Yeah, I don't think I'm Temuing my RFID injectable.
Yeah. and Josh, I want to hear what it's like when you go into work and say, "Yeah, I'm thinking about putting something in my butt."
I won't say that, Don. Thank you. That will not be. That will not be the curiosity. But I think that my facility security officer is like a proper stodgy, appropriately the guy for facility security. So me walking him through this is going to be a whole thing. If I could put a camera up for this discussion, I would. It will be hilarious.
So, Josh,
I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
If you can, talk to Deviant Olam. He's got a big video on this.
I've tried. You know how many times I tried to DM Deviant? He's a busy guy. I've messaged him a couple of times. I'm planning to appropriately introduce myself at DEFCON. Brian Brushwood knows him. We've both done videos with Brian. I can't wait to meet Deviant. I've been wanting to meet Deviant for so many years. So it's big on my list. It didn't work out last year. Like he disappeared. I didn't see him for the rest of the show, and I was like, oh man, I guess he's gone. So I'm like, that is one of my big goals, is to meet Deviant, actually do a proper introduction with him.
If the FSO says it's too spicy, Josh, there's also a couple people who make jewelry. So you could wear, I don't know if you'd want to, but they have like earrings that have RFID and NFC that you can reprogram.
Now we're back to rubbing our head on the badge reader like this.
No, it's removable. So, like you can carry it there, and then it's got like a little toggle clip, and then you can take it off and tap.
I'm gonna see how it goes. I'm actually down with this. This actually sounds really fun.
They make ones that you can put into a ring as well.
I want the dual bander where I can do a badge and then like point people to my YouTube channel. I would love that. That would be
rings can
slick.
do that.
That would be slick. I would be down. Totally down. Really quick though. Okay, so Benjamin Curry, your chat's been up here for a little bit. How did it go with the GOES satellite? So, I'm going to catch everybody up here really fast. So, last week's live stream, I pulled it down because it was largely just sucked. It was just me fooling around in the front yard. It didn't work out great. I will tell you what the solution ended up being. It was rotating the LMB 45 degrees. I looked at the antenna feed pointing the website, and I did all that stuff, and I was like, oh, it keeps talking like 45-degree rotation. I'm like, oh, they're talking about the feed point rotation, or the boom to the feed of the actual dish. And I went, okay. So the next day, I literally woke up early. I rotated it 45 degrees. I put it in the same spot, and it was like, boom, right on, real signal. I learned after that the Eligo, what am I thinking of? Oh, what's the SDR? The
New Elect.
The New Elect SDR is always on bias T. So the bias T that we thought we burnt out, it was fine. It doesn't give a lot. It does not give a lot of bump, but it gave enough bump that it was like right there. So I was like 6 SNR, 6 dB SNR, and I was pulling down the GOES imagery with it, and I was like, oh man, this is working. And the only fix was it was just rotating the LMB like 45 degrees. Once I did that, it was spot on. I took it to work. We participated in the hackathon, did not win. There's a lot of AI chaps that are competing with some pretty cool stuff. No, throwing shade or anything like that on what they did. But my putting up an antenna and downlinking all the telemetry off of GOES, we did get it in the software, but the problem is that GOES doesn't like populate. Actually, I'll take that back. I could not find the message structure of GOES telemetry anywhere. I couldn't find it. I found the sync word, and we were able to sync it to like 256 kilobit, 256 byte frame packets. That all worked. We were able to chunk it all out. The problem is that we didn't know how to then further sync it down. And so if you ever work the satellites or anything like that, they usually have like bit spaces that they work on. They have a start bit, and then there's like a duration of size, like the data rate or the data type of that space. We were not able to find the GOES telemetry specific. I think it's CMD. That breakdown. If anybody has that and can DM it to me, I will forward it off. And we do want to actually make this work. I did everything that I needed to do. I got all kinds of satellite images, and I got a bunch of telemetry. I boxed it all up, and I said, okay, go. And they're like, you got the sync word, but what the hell am I supposed to backward engineer the telemetry, which is a nightmare. No one would want to do this. No one would want to. It would take a significant amount of time to be able to do that. So anybody have that, I would love it. Send it to me. And we'll use it. So there you go. That's what happened with the GOES. Now everybody's silent. What happened? Am I on my own?
Check your DM, Josh. I'm not sure if that's the one that you're talking about.
Oh.
Josh, are you bringing your sat rig to Defcon?
No. Should I?
I'm only asking because somebody asked if we were going to have capabilities at Toxic, and I was asking myself the same question, but I'm getting low on bag space because reasons.
Do we want? I mean, I would have to bring the whole kit and caboodle. Like, we can do it with just Armstrong. Do I have to go get a ticket for Toxic? Because I haven't done that yet.
No, Toxic is a community event. It's open. You can eat. It's kind of like a community bring something to contribute, and you can buy in, kind of a thing.
I mean, we can just hand swing. I got plenty of hand swingers. Otherwise, if you want the full getup with the 9700 and the antenna controller, that's like a significant amount of crap to bring.
I think an Arrow and an HT is fine. We don't. We're here to get people interested, not necessarily to show off to a bunch of hams, right? So it's maybe a little different audience than.
Oh
doing the same
yeah.
ham dancing or something.
My little sat pack with the 50 water would probably work for that. I will try to make it out for that because I gotta get in the. We're gonna get in later in the afternoon. When's Toxic at 5? Oh no, it starts at 3. I don't know that I'll be there for that.
No. Don't worry about that because it goes all the way till they close the park. I think at 9 or 10. Like it's basically all afternoon and evening, and I don't know. I think some people go there for the whole time, but I don't know how they survive and don't die the next day.
I'm not in the right headspace to be properly engineering right now, but Steve, what you sent me looks like something that might work. No, it's not HRIT. It's the CMD format.
It's not the LRIT.
That's the high
HRIT?
rate. That's the high rate. That's the high rate.
Oh, okay.
The CMD is strictly. It's like a very narrow telemetry.
Yeah,
format.
hold on. I think I might have that. Let me dig. I think I've got that.
Oh, if you got that, that's insane. Okay, so we'll hold off on that. It's CMD.
Hey, Josh, if you can bring a radio, I can bring my PSR 100 and sat box.
Oh, are you going to Toxic?
Yes, sir.
You don't have a 9700?
I do not have a 9700 anymore.
I can bring the 9700, and then I don't have to bring all that other stuff. Yeah, let's. Well, okay, hold on. So here, okay. Satellites, kids, right? We might, Dave. Let's keep in contact on that because there might just not be any good passes to make any good contacts.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about too. But I mean, I can bring the equipment.
Yeah, I hear. Well, are you coming out with the whole trailer thing?
Even if there's not like an actual contact to make, just waving an arrow around is bound to bring people in. Like I was crashed out in the grass with my G90 hooked up to a laptop doing the beep boop, and I had like 20 people come up to me like, "What is this? Tell me more."
Okay,
and we were there for like an hour.
So if that's the case, then let's just go with my hand wielding the elk and using the VGC 50 water that'll do the satellite configuration. Let's do that. Let's do that because that'll be much easier. And if there are contacts or not contacts, like that's not a problem. I'll get everything charged up. That's easy. I got it all in a little bandolier, easy to go. It won't be full duplex, but I don't think anybody will know. So yeah. Mesh core on a drone or Mesh-tastic on a drone? Should we drone heist a mesh? Dave, do you have
There will be a drone village there. They're gonna have a cage set up and everything.
Are they doing Defcon Jump this year too, Justin? At Hamvention, one of the things I tried to talk somebody from there into is the parachute guy who did the jump with
That's
an
Carlos. You're talking about Carlos?
Yeah, I was trying to talk him into coming out. Defcon used to do a parachute jump, and I think they stopped for a while because the vendors got sick of the volume. But I heard maybe this was a hallucination, maybe it was a rumor, but I heard they were going to jump again this year. So that would be kind of a cool radio thing to do.
But Shooter, hear me out. So Carlos can jump with HF, and so he jumps out of the Midwest. I can hear him from California. And I've made multiple contacts on 20 meters with him. So he doesn't even need to be local. He could just be doing a jump and you can just get him.
Yeah, we should do that with like one of the SES calls for the week too. Cause like we have the 2 calls and the RF situation in Vegas is pretty challenging. So like, I don't know, shenanigans. I also have a pair of stunt kites that I'm thinking about bringing, but I don't have a wire or a.
You just said Steve's magic word. Steve, quick! He said kite.
Oh, kite? I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, so story time briefly. I'm at the thrift store like 6 months ago, and I'm looking in like the kitchen section, and there are randomly 2 brand new, still in the original package, like 1995 vintage neon stunt kites.
Oh, neons! I had a neon. Neons were great. Two line stunt kite, right?
Well, I don't know if neon's the brand. I'm describing the color, like, the 90s, like hot pink on black with lime green down the middle sort of trend. But yeah, I think they're actually four line. They're like professional grade stunt kites. They were like $2, and I bought them specifically because I was like, it'd be cool to do a wire at Toxic. But I never got further with that idea because I have too many of them.
So I fly stunt kites. There's a kite called the Rev or Revolution that is a 4-line stunt kite that is probably not $2. They're very expensive. There's also a 2-line stunt kite. They look more like a Delta kite. They're in various sizes. There used to be one called the Neon. The Neon was a really tiny stunt kite. It was actually meant to be flown kind of indoors or in very light winds. But if you're interested in kite lofted aerials, I've been doing that since I was a kid. I could put some pictures. I've flown everything from a Lazy H to a long wire. But yeah, if you want to DM
these are Spectra Star Shadow kites, but they're like vintage. The colors are great. One of them is a rainbow kite, and I don't know, the other one's lime green, pink, and blue or black. But like I said, if we could string a wire up somehow, that's another way that people would just be like, this is radio? Like, what the heck is going on?
Oh, I'll post some pictures. Josh, so I put some pictures in the chat or no?
Oh yeah, go nuts, man. I figured this is like perfect. So he's got like man lifters. He's put up a 180-meter antenna with kites. Like this is the kite guy, as far as I'm concerned. If I have a kite question, I'm going to Steve, no question.
Yeah, I have some pictures. So Connor and I, we with his group down at the Hampton Roads group, this past April, we flew a Delta, a big 80-meter Delta loop, full wavelength loop, and we also did a 132-foot vertical right on the beach, and yeah, that was pretty insane with a full counterpoise on the beach. So that was pretty wild. I have pictures of that. Let me give me a second here. I'll see if I can.
Well, Steve does that.
If I can find that.
I feel like I'm a bad host of the After Chat, so I never went back and reached out to anybody that's here for the first time, that we got them to click the link and take the time. Is there anybody here for the first time that would like to say hi or ask a question? I didn't do that, and I very much apologize. So this is your time. If you got a question, I'd love to answer it. Go ahead. We might have scared them off, so if we did, I apologize. If you're watching this on the back end, that was not my intention. But we're so excited about Defcon. I'm so excited. You should be too. You should come out because it is like so much amazing fun. It's going to be amazing. So I want you guys to join us if you're so inclined. And yes, you do not need to put your phone in a Faraday kit or bag or whatever. You just don't do something you wouldn't do at home. If somebody says like, "Hey, join my Wi-Fi," don't join their Wi-Fi. Don't have your phone to auto join Wi-Fi's or anything like that. Turn all those settings off. None of that stuff, and you're gonna be fine. You'll be fine.
I got a question for you, Josh, but whenever you move on.
Yeah, it was probably a good time. Go for it.
So is this the proper audience to go back a couple of weeks and talk about vibe coding?
If there was any audience, this might be the best audience, maybe.
I have loaded opinions about vibe coding, but I want to hear your perspective before I let it go.
Well, my perspective on it is that I think, well, this was vibe coding in ham radio. So the plethora of new things that are coming out that people have been wanting for like forever to do.
Yeah.
And to get, Android versions of Flex radio software and all that kind of stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, my perspective is that, and because I've been involved in one of those projects, there are plenty of guys that are doing this that have the time to do the vibe coding. And then on the back end of that, you have regular developers like myself that are going over it and looking at it to make sure that it's, good code, if you will. And so that's what I find in all of those projects that I'm familiar with, which is like Zeus and Etheros, and I think that's what that's called. So anyway, those bigger projects now, even the and I don't know that Open Ham Clock is vibe coded, but I do know there's a number of developers. I mean, I started off looking at that stuff when that guy passed away.
Yeah.
So I really do believe that like some of these things that are in ham radio, while they're being vibe coded by people who have the time to do it, there are developers involved looking at the back ends of them.
I think that is, and sorry if I cut you off. I think that is true, that there are definitely, particularly, and let me dial it back. When we're talking about ham radio and the example you gave of skilled developers that are checking code on the back end, I agree. That's got to be happening, and it's probably happening at a greater degree that it exists in other spaces. At the same time, I know that that's not happening all the time. So a lot of the discussion we had on that live stream wasn't so much that vibe coding is bad. I don't think anybody walked away thinking that I was saying that, or any of the guests that I had on were saying that all. But this is a really good opportunity because, well, okay, again, I started off on the wrong tangent. It is easy to make code if you're using AI. And it is also easy to make some test suites with AI. But I still don't know, and I don't have a lot of confidence that the people who are coming off the road, having no experience with development, understand any of it that well. And if they use this as a launching pad to get better educated on what good code looks like, what good class development design looks like, what a good test suite looks like for the thing they developed, then that's amazing. If they want to post on their GitHub that, hey, this is 100% vibe coded, I'm learning more, I'm learning about software testing, I'm going to create better test suites, and yes, AI is going to help me do it, great, no problem. The risk is up front, like it's all identified. The problem that we have is that a lot of this stuff is not clearly stated as being vibe coded, and that's part of my problem. Is it's not that it exists. The Pandora's box is open on that, and I don't even want it closed. I think it's a good tool. I'm not even complaining about that. I just think like we got to be really open about stating what it is, so that the consumer, even though it's a free piece of software, handles it appropriately based off of their level of risk they want to entertain. That's really my point.
And then back to my point, I find that in some of those, or a lot of the open source projects, see, I'm specifically involved with PodaCat.
Yeah.
And with PodaCat, I know that, like, again, it's not just me. There's a number of us that are in there with different disciplines, because I'm a software engineer. I develop on Unix and do a lot of C coding, all of that kind of stuff. I don't do Windows, I don't do Android, etc. But there are plenty of developers there that do. We're not doing the development per se, but we're overseeing test suites and things like that, and that those kinds of things happen.
Yeah.
So and with the larger projects, I think that's going on. You're probably correct on some of the smaller ones, some of the ones that like, hey, I just want to do this APRS thing real quick, which I'm not, but so
think of the bell curve, Don. Think of the bell curve, right? Of like the ability to draw in good developers like yourself and other people into a project puts you at a higher point on the bell curve of just the natural progression of where people are at right now. I think that if you're just thinking about like how easy it is to bring in real developers to look at your AI generated code, you're probably in a minority set. And because of that, there's nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, the people that are getting into it should state it clearly. And I know it's not hard to tell with GitHub or whatever. This submission was made by Claude and the developer. Sure, there's all kinds of ways to suss it out, but at the same time, it's like, let's just be open with it. It's like, hey, treat it like your blog. I mean, GitHub has an amazing space for communicating to the market, to the people that you're making this product for. Like, just talk through and be like, hey, journal entry day 1, vibe coded the hell out of this thing. It seems like it's working. Day 2, realized I should probably do some software testing. I don't know what that is. I'm going to look into it. Like, Go ahead, go nuts. Like, explore the space. Like, there's no reason not to.
I don't know. Have you ever seen a GitHub project that you pull off? I mean, hell, even NASA stuff, they don't talk about that. I mean, I can go in and look at it and find where they've done it. But
I mean, but they could put that. They could link to a blog. They could, like, on the main page, they could link to where, like, the releases, stating clearly, this is 100% vibe coded. I'm working my way through it. Here's my blog with more information, or whatever,
no,
like whatever.
I'm talking about something that's been hand coded by a developer. Even you can get some of that same stuff.
What are you? Are we arguing, or are we?
No, I'm thinking that we're kind of like on the same plane, if you will.
Okay, so I have a question.
But Shooter, I'll let you go in a second. But did I come across any differently in the live stream, just so I'm on the same page?
Oh no.
Okay,
you
okay,
were absolutely clear,
good.
And so were your guests.
Good. Okay, good.
I will say this, and I got a little irritated, Josh, and I hear what you're saying, and I'm not upset about it. It came across. I could see how that was interpreted as gatekeeping. If you aren't a software developer, you don't need to be doing this, and that was my impression when I walked away from it, because I'm not a software developer.
Well, thank you for saying that. That was not my intention.
I can see how somebody who didn't know you could stumble across that and feel that way.
Thank you for your candid and real response. I appreciate that. That was never my intention. At the same time, I am somebody, as I said in the beginning of it, very little AI experience and a lot of regular-ass coding experience. And I know that where AI lacks is software testing. That's been a big problem. Problem's the wrong word. It's been something that we have not. It is a risk item. If you were thinking about it like a project, it is a risk item that we need to get a handle on, type of thing.
Josh, have you never seen a junior write bad code, though? I think that's the point that I make to people who are like, I hate AI generated code, that it's full of bugs. I'm like, so is regular code.
You're right. No, and that's a really good pushback point too. So oftentimes in those cases, and we're thinking about it in a professional space, you've got a process for code review and all this other stuff that people have to go through. And when people develop privately, they make buggy code. They do. I think the concern, and maybe it's not a fully justified concern, that there's so much that's being developed that the individual who made the prompt doesn't understand fully, that they don't know what they've brought into the world versus just a programmer who made bad code. Do you see the difference?
Well,
I do. I appreciate the difference, and I think that we're having a professional discussion on one hand, and I'd love to continue that at some point, but I actually have an AI vibe coded app, amateur radio wise, that's going to be instrumental to being able to deliver something at Defcon that I did it the old fashioned way with handwritten code, and it worked, but it just wasn't that good.
Sure. Yeah. And I mean, that's a perfect example of.
Have you used Grey Wolf yet?
Huh?
What?
Have you used Grey Wolf yet?
No.
I love it.
No.
Okay, so Grey Wolf is a full open source replacement for Direwolf. It's got a modern graphical web interface. It can auto detect audio devices. It'll tip you off if Windows audio enhancements are jacking with your output levels. I stood up using the clanker to generate shell scripts in an hour and 15 minutes from scratch, a Raspberry Pi 3 with a fully functional BBS with 3 channels. So it'll be on 72 meter and 1.25, and it worked.
Nice. There you go. Well, Grayman's heard of it, and he's using it. That's awesome.
I have too.
Yeah, I put a video out on that like 3-4 months ago. That's great stuff.
Yeah, I think T.O.
Thank you for telling me about this.
Yeah, T.O.'s talked about it too, or not T.O., I think it was Jim, because I think he's taken over that slot. But there's been several things where they've talked about how great Grey Wolf is as compared to Direwolf. So
it's not that it's better. It's a modern graphical interface that you don't get with Grey Wolf or Direwolf, and that's the difference.
Not only that, here's the other thing that I differentiate between the two projects, and I think this is important, is the software for the encoding is fully open source, right? Like Direwolf, I'm not sure that they're entirely open or closed. I don't follow the licensing closely, but like WinLink is a good example where like it's a gray box at best, maybe a black box at worst, right? Like having everything open and coded from the ground up so that we can all review it, that's going to lead to more secure software. And I guarantee you, like if I brought a ZBitX to Defcon and I actually consented to somebody doing things to it, bad things would come out of that.
Yeah, and we're actually, I've got LLMs that are local LLMs. I'm playing around with that space, and I just absolutely love it. It's fascinating. But I've taken like some of our third-party code and run it through there, and it comes up with a whole list of things that you need to go and double check. So it's really, I'm just, like I said, is it perfect? Hell no. Because I've run like some of my own stuff that I know well enough to do, but I do run it through, and this is not coding, by the way. This is electrics and electrical work and electronics. And I know it's given me the wrong answer, and you got to go back and say, well, now wait a minute. And then if you give it 2 or 3 rounds, it'll eventually come to the right conclusion, but you got to lead it along the way. So I think it's, AI is great for some things and it's fun to use, but it's not perfect. So even if you get something out of it, like, running this code through it, you have to go back through and double check everything that it's done to make sure it's really doing something or suggesting something that's correct.
Give me a second. K7 UAP, can you talk? Can you try right now? Can you hear me? Go ahead. So he's been able to talk before, but he can't right now. So anyway, I was just checking. Post in the chat. Maybe your PTT is screwed up. Let me check your roles. Go ahead. Okay, you guys keep talking. I'm not saying I disagree. I hope that my point came across. I don't think that I was. Thank you, Grayman, though, for your comments there. I'm not against it. I just hope everybody understands like the cudgel of power that they're wielding. Does that make sense? Like
it does, and I think maybe if I think about it a little bit more.
Eric, can you guys hear me now?
The three of the guys.
Yes, man.
Yes.
Go ahead,
sorry,
Grayman.
Sorry, go ahead, Grayman.
The three of you guys that were doing that were professional software developers talking to a group of amateur radio operators that are amateurs at a lot of different things of interests and stuff and hobbies. And I think that was kind of I think that was the crowd that you were addressing. You were looking at it from a professional standpoint. I think we're looking at it. We're just amateurs in that. Does that make sense?
It does. But at the same time, I think that doesn't free you from the understanding of what you're releasing to the community. Just, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you still have to be responsible for what you're putting out there, and if you don't know what you're putting out there, then that's my concern.
And that's fair. Like I'm a professional network engineer. I run data centers, but I don't get on here and give videos about how to set up and open up firewalls and stuff like that so they can run apps, because
but
I don't know.
But it's okay if you did. It's okay if you did and you said, "Hey, I'm a professional network engineer. You can do this on your home network. Let me show you how to do this." Or this is also a video for professionals. Just know that when you're doing, and you would say this in your videos, like you are opening yourself up to a certain amount of risk by doing this thing. For example, I'm using that as an example of the hypothetical that you're posing, I think. But sorry, go ahead.
All right, I got a comment.
No, hold on. Let Grayman finish. I cut him off.
Oh no. I was listen. I would put that out there, but I don't make videos about it, because at the end of the day, if I tell somebody to do something and they go off into a tangent and do something different, then expose their home network more than what they already do. A good case in point is the All-Star. Everybody's running around. Well, let me put an All-Star node at home. Let me open up these ports, and now all of a sudden they're advertising to the world that
Yeah.
You know, they've got port 45, whatever it is, open.
You should make a video telling them not to do that, Gray Man, and explain why, you know, VPNs are important, et cetera, all whatever it is the video would be.
Yeah, I mean, in general, I always tell you, hey, go to somebody like Jason, Ham Radio 2.0's, public cloud node, and connect there with yours, and not open it up to the world. Yeah, those are the
go
kind
to
of things
Jason's open port that he's made available for everybody.
Absolutely.
Anybody thought about that?
I run a VPS, like a free tier provider, like a low end one that I use like WireGuard. So all my publicly facing stuff is at home, and I've definitely considered doing a video on this.
You should. Okay. K7 UAP is here.
Oh,
ahead,
okay.
buddy.
Yeah, sorry. I had to reset my microphone.
You're a little low. You're a little low.
Okay.
I can bump
Let
you
me
in
figure that out.
here, but then everybody else.
I can
has
hear
to
him
bump
fine.
you too.
Endpoint's ready to join chat again.
Endpoint's back, dude.
So
Prepare yourself.
Over that last comment.
Go ahead. UAP,
anyway,
you got it.
Yeah, so anyway, I'm a QA lead for a major telecom company here in the Seattle area. And unfortunately, they've gotten rid of, over 3/4, I'd say, of our QA. We had probably 200 before for just our app that we work on.
You had 200. Wait. You had 200 QA?
Yeah.
What's the subscriber rate for this app?
The app makes over $2 billion a year.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. I'm like, there is no way you're justifying 200 people, but now you did. You just did it. Okay. Go ahead. Keep talking.
No, we're down to about 40 now.
Oh my God. Okay. This is only going to get better, kids.
AI.
No, but we're stretched to the bitter edge right now because we're talking 30,000 test cases from every 2 weeks. So we're getting it down to the point where we have to use AI on a daily basis, to the point where the devs use it for their programming. They created us a specific tool for creating test cases out of Q-Test, which is our testing program.
Okay.
And because we have our regression from whatever stuff that we had from before.
But we're getting it down before times.
We're using AI now to attenuate our amount of test cases to the point where we can get it down from, say, 3,000 test cases down to a couple of hundred to the key test cases, and then anything in the future gets tested.
How does that protect?
End-to-end.
Wait. So did you have a lot of test bloat that was not needed test?
There was the way that we were writing test cases was overbloated, and we're doing it in an end-to-end pattern now.
So it's helping you reduce that down to something that is real.
Correct.
Like real
and
inputs
we
and
use
outputs.
we also use it to automate our test cases within the app. And they created us a tool that actually specifically is for our app, and it works insanely well. But it's only internal, and it works great.
Good.
But AI is basically in our daily lives now. It's if you don't adapt, you're going to lose your job.
Still have not yet a developer who enjoys writing test cases. This is like the perfect use case, and it's not like we haven't been automated regression testing code for
that's
like 20 years at this point.
That's not fair. I will give you an example from the live stream, and I am included in this, where you write the test first, and then you make your code pass the test. That is a test aggressive way of developing. And I
didn't say that they don't do it. I said they don't enjoy doing
No, they
it,
do
right?
enjoy it. They do. They do, because
you're saying you sit down and you're like, let me write more test cases? I'm not a developer. I'm a network guy too. So this is crazy to me.
Wait. Okay. Can I tell you why a test case is so great? And if anybody doesn't understand this, so I used to make unit level test cases. Unit level test cases were at the function level. And so they would test the input and output of a function call. So for all your inputs, all your outputs. Those were great. Did you spend more time on that? Yes, but you did. It's the same way. Wait. I'll push back and I'll give you an example. It's the same way of saying I'll just make a script that does this complex thing for me, and then I don't have to worry about it again. So if I could vet a function as being working and good in all of its inputs and outputs, I'm talking about negative testing, out of bounds testing, beyond the data type limits testing, all of that stuff, and it passes because I have good error handling, that means it can go on a satellite, and then I can say, yeah, buddy, it's good. Now take that up to a different level. Now you're at like subsystem level testing. So subsystem level testing is not like a fully integrated system or whatever, but that is like much wider banded messages that you would send, and it's not straight up function calls. But the same concept exists, is that a lot of this stuff, and the example came out, and maybe we glossed over it too easily on the live stream, is that error handling is bad in a lot of cases for some of the AI things that are coming out. And so what will it do? It'll just straight fail. And it may be completely hidden to the user, but it still failed. It still caused whatever happened on the back end. I don't know. But the point, like going back to what you're saying, Shooter, like I'm putting stuff up into space. And we use AI. We use AI, spoiler alert. At the same time, though, you still have to have really good test engines to test out all of what's going in and out of the messages that you're sending to a space vehicle. And I don't think that, like, I don't think it's unfair to say, like, we should do that with other people's computers. Like, why do we have, like, just because it's really high up in space, that it shouldn't have the same level of rigor when it's on somebody's computer and it's over internet or whatever?
Okay, but here's the question that I would counterpoint to you. Like, have you ever, and not to argue the point, I was shit posting with my comment.
It's okay if you can argue. If you want to argue the point, I'm with you. We're still going to be friends, dude. I'm not, don't worry about it. Go nuts.
Test first development makes perfect sense. But what I've seen I don't vibe code. I don't really code at all, but I work with a bunch of developers, both in my hobbies and in my professional experience, right? Like I'm building their infrastructure. Sometimes they're writing me code to do something that I don't want to do anymore, whatever. But I have personally seen multiple developers who, at least initially, were kind of like, vibe coding sucks. I don't want to do any of this. Come back when they finally swallowed the frog and they're like, there's this huge exploit that I built into the code because I had tunnel vision and I wasn't even thinking about it, right? They feed their code base that's test first, that they have all these test cases in, and the AI comes back and says, bro, did you realize you have a buffer overflow because you didn't sanitize inputs on this web call over here?
Oh, yeah, don't get me wrong. It's still a good tool to test your tests. But again, you're talking about, so in this example, you're talking about somebody who's already educated in what development looks like, whether they're doing a test on the back end, a test on the front end as a UX developer, or something in the middle. We're talking about people, the point of that live stream was we're talking about people who don't have any experience with any of that, and they're just making software, and then people are putting it on their computers, and they're just running it. That's
I'm waiting for the open ham clock botnet myself, but
you understand what I'm saying? Like you
I
see
do.
Now, like,
I agree with you on that point. Like I'm with you 100% on that.
So
my
if you
angle is more so like the neo Luddites who are like, vibe coding sucks entirely and we shouldn't do it.
I'm not saying that.
Put your head back in the sand, boomer. That's where I'm at, right?
Yeah,
like people, I was there when the internet got the same reaction. Like people were like, "What even is the internet?" Well, here we are today, like getting rich because of it, right? Like that's where I want to be, not with my head in the sand.
So you're perfect example of I have a skilled developer who uses AI to go and look at their system tests or whatever, and it points out where there is holes. Fantastic. That's using a good tool to create a good product. I'm arguing that there's people who have no realm of understanding of what's good or bad, and they're making software. That's the point.
20 to 30% of Microsoft's code and updates is now AI written completely. And yet they constantly are having issues since the AI has taken over, software development.
Different argument. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong.
I know. I'm just giving a couple points real fast.
Well, like, let my argument settle before we hit them with the Microsoft argument. I'm just saying.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
It goes back to this, actually.
Those
does. Are skilled people using the software, the AI.
I mean, that's true. AI just like.
And then
okay.
We had what's the one that was a antivirus that nuked a whole bunch of computers? I can't think of the name, but it was talked about at Microsoft.
McAfee did it again. No, I'm just kidding.
It wasn't McAfee.
He's dead. I'm just.
Well, I mean, did you see the open AI jailbreak? OpenAI jailbreak news from last weekend or whatever?
Yeah,
it was?
Leia told me. My wife told me about it. Like, you understand what I'm saying? It's a risk. As a pro, I am officially out of the development game. Let me tell everybody, I'm officially out of the development game. I'm a proper program manager. It's a risk. It's a risk item. It is a. Nick, are you all right? Nick's freaking out. Oh,
Yeah.
Nick's freaking out. He's not
Nick's gonna join us. This man. If this is when he got home, that's crazy. He's had the longest day of his life. The point that, like, let me twist the two worlds together. As someone who understands development and understands somewhat of AI, and now is in a program management position, I look at it as a risk item. It's not that it's good or bad. It's something that we need to make sure that we're accounting for. And we need to account for it in ways that we never really thought we needed to account for it, as we see.
Yeah, I think a minute ago when somebody said junior developers, that's the way I believe some of these guys that are doing vibe coding are being treated. They're junior developers and they have expert developers behind them. And I think that's one way to look at some of this that's going on. Not all of it. I guarantee you, not all of it.
No, I know
but
plenty of
some
senior engineers that use it. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm talking about that are the guys that are vibe coding have senior engineers behind them, treating them like they're junior developers.
I know plenty of senior engineers that you give AI to, and they're able to come up with stuff faster than they would have developed otherwise. And then they caveat it with, I still need to test this, or I still need to look at it. I still need to see what's going on.
Yeah.
Every time.
Well,
we can beta it, we can demo it, we can get it into development space and start working with it. Absolutely, let's go nuts.
That was my point
at least
on
code
the
review
electrical stuff. With the electrical stuff that I'm giving to AI to help me design, I'm looking at it going, hell no, that's not right. So yeah, it doesn't. I don't think it matters the discipline. You've got to double check what.
And that's the part of the code review process that is happening, that should happen, that needs to happen, versus the end user that doesn't know how to program, that just says, "Hey AI, I want you to build this app."
But that's a lot of people that are doing that right now. Is the point?
I know.
Right. So.
Can I make a comment?
Yeah, go ahead. Who was that with the comment? Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Josh. Go ahead and finish. I thought you were done. Finish your thoughts. Sorry.
Well, I have a comment.
I'm sure there's lots of comments right now. Going back to the young engineer example, and engineers make and young engineers make bad code, and I've been there. We've all been there to some point, right? Again, it had a certain goal in mind in its development. I will restate this because I think it needs to be resaid. We don't know. Okay. At the time it is created, we don't necessarily know what is being made other than what that specific task is being created for. And then it does the thing and everybody goes like, yay, we're done. And for a lot of people, that's where it stops. And that's the point of concern from my point of view, is if it stops there, they should just state it clearly. That's the point, right? And that live stream, and the second point, sorry, I guess there's a second point here. That live stream was coming from a point of a little bit better understanding on software development standards and like what a lot of people have to go through. And so, yeah, it probably came across as a little bit condescending. That was not the point. But at the same time, it's like you're talking with people that they're skilled in the area of developing software professionally. And that is something that, like, you shouldn't be offended by it. You should look at it and be like, hey, these are professionals that are explaining it to you on where the concern points are. You should not become immediately defensive when a professional in the space tells you something that is a watch point that you should look at. You should say, oh, am I considering that? If you are not considering that and it bothers you that that was said, it's likely because that's a defense mechanism that you created because you don't want to deal with that problem. That's the reality of it. There you go.
Nick, your
yeah,
mic
Nick,
is
you're
still
going.
missed.
Your mic's wild right now.
Sorry.
Oh no, you were fine there. I don't know. It's kind of hot, but
it's because I have the phone sitting on the desk.
Oh, so the speaker was reverberating. Okay. Put your AirPods in, bud. You got those AirPods? Go ahead, put them right in.
I'm finding them.
Okay. They're under the couch. You left them there. Go ahead, check it out.
I'm 1,800 miles away from my couch. I wish.
No.
Okay, so go ahead, comments. Comments to what I said. Nick's going to get his earpods.
Don's point earlier, N's point, and Grayman's discussion about Grey Wolf are all kind of the same in a different reflection of what you were trying to say. The state of software QA and pre-release and the process of that, especially for small projects, especially for open source projects, it shouldn't have gotten as bad as it was. And like to your point earlier, Josh, the software developers who are developing the test cases to test their own software. Now, you may have a team A, team B type thing, but the way that you said it sounded very much like, yeah, we're testing the thing that we coded, so we will know that it will pass our test that we're developing. Like, if that was 20 years ago and you said that in a room full of execs, like that just wouldn't have flown, because it doesn't matter about tech know-how. They would have made sure that there was some delineation in that happening.
I argue they don't. I'll just say it. I argue that most of the people that are making just vibe-coded stuff with little software development practice and understanding, they're not doing software testing. They're just not.
Correct.
No.
They're just not. And until someone convinces me otherwise, I do not believe that. There you go.
Well, then
why not? Why not encourage them to use the AI to test the code?
I'm not against that either. And
that's what we're doing.
So here's my thing. If we are at a net zero of software testing using another AI, and yes, that's the most common practice that I've heard, is that people will take another AI and they'll test another AI's code, and then that brings it up. Hey, that's better than where we started at zero. I will take a net positive over zero any time of the day. The question is, again, program manager, I'm still carrying this as a risk. It's just still a risk item.
So, can I throw something in here?
But again, I think I'm still not hearing you acknowledge the fact that there are developers like me that are also involved in those same projects.
I did already acknowledge that. Wait. Okay. Don, I already acknowledged that. I said that that's not my problem. That's never been my problem.
Well, that includes the testing, right?
Don, that's not my problem. You and if you are looking at the test,
then I'm sorry.
You are, because that is not my problem. If you are looking at this code and you are saying, yea, verily, this code is good, that's not my problem. That's not what we're talking about. You're going in and looking at it that it's not doing anything outside of the parameters of the design that it was made for. No question. I'm not. No, I'm. Does anybody in the chat think that I was not on board with what Don was talking about? I was completely on board with that.
I think the initial impression I got was that, but when you clarified it, it was clear.
Well, but then what I'm saying is that we treat them like junior developers and we help them understand what they need to do. And also we're double checking the testing and that kind of stuff goes on. And what you're seeming to be saying to me is that doesn't go on at all. But that's not what...
Don, you're not listening to what I'm saying. That's not what I said.
I'm sorry.
That's not what I said.
He's talking about different projects. Josh
Don,
is talking about...
I didn't say that. Don, if you are going through software testing with AI generated code and you're reviewing the software and if you're reviewing the code and the software tests that go into that code, then I have no problem. What I said, and I will say it again, is that there is a ton of people. I explicitly said that, Don, you are in the minority of developers. My opinion, until someone tells me otherwise. I gave the bell curve example. The bell curve example of educated, skilled developers that are supporting these efforts. Don, think about it. How many people are actually developing with AI right now that are not reaching out to other skilled developers? That is the majority. They're coming out with code.
Well, I think you're correct about that.
Okay.
Where I'm coming from is looking, and I said this earlier, right? It's the larger projects. The projects where, like Aether SDR, or those have developers behind them that are looking at those things, including myself with PodaCat, right? So that's kind of what I'm saying. I'm not saying that, and I think what you're saying is, well, if you look at the vast majority of these, they have this problem.
Well, Don, how can I make a live stream? How can I make a live stream and not try and hit like all the bases, right? Like there's no, like this is just specifically to a group of engineers that know software. Like I couldn't make a live stream on that. That would be boring. And the one about vibe coding was already boring enough. Like nobody really tuned in for it, right?
Oh God, I was there for that.
I know, and a lot of people were because they're passionate about it. The point that I'm trying to make is, if you don't understand it and you don't have people around you that understand it, then that's a risk. That's just it.
Yes.
That's all it is.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
That's it. I hope you're not included in that, Don. My statement does not include you, right? Are we on the same page?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, and the thing I was saying is, on a live stream, I think you could suggest that some of the larger projects are not that way. But maybe you don't want to say that. That's fine.
No, you're right. You're right. I don't. Because
fair enough.
I know you, Don, and you're saying I'm putting my Don stamp of approval on it. You are a human being that I know and I trust. Good. I will look into this. I will look into the PodaCat, right? But if somebody says like, "Oh, I'm building a guys, we put in so much trust in everything we put in our phones and our computers and everything else. And how many of you are reading the ULA? No one is reading it, right? Like we know this, right? Like this is our whole existence. AI is just creating a situation that's adding more risk. That's all it is. So your question is always like, what is your risk posture when it comes to this stuff? All I'm pointing out is that it opens the doors for a lot of risk. That's the main point. Nick, are you there?
I'm here.
I
Oh, your
agree with that
mic is
completely,
hot.
Doug.
So did you want to say something, or go ahead?
Oh, is it hot?
It's like on current all the time. We hear the
I think
background.
it's whenever somebody else talks. When he talks, it like echo cancels.
Oh, because it's on his phone. That's why.
It's Bluetooth now. That's really weird.
Oh, it's fine now. No, I just heard you.
It's fine now.
I heard somebody stamp on something.
Quick comment.
Go ahead, comment.
So, it's one of those things where it's like you have to ask the AI lots of questions. Am I doing the right thing? Am I securing my app the right way? Am I getting enough power efficiency? What should I expect? Kind of thing. You have to ask it a million questions, and if it then, like, once you've created your app and everything, you have to go over it with several different AI models and say, hey, can you go over this and any considerations that you can think of.
Can I pause for a second and say, like, how many people do you think are actually doing that example that you just gave?
I have a crazy story that demonstrates this a little bit, and you've
Shooter,
seen
I'll
the
come back.
result
Hold on.
of it.
Shooter, I'll come back to you, but Nick, go ahead and answer that question I gave.
There's two different levels that I find, right? There are professionals that have learned the software development, know what problems they're looking for, and use the AI to find the problem faster. And then there are people that are relying on the LLM to tell them what the problems are. And the LLMs are really good at writing tests that pass the existing code. That's not a test.
There you go.
It's not testing logic.
I agree 100% with that. And yeah,
True. Absolutely true.
Yeah, so
that is what you have to watch out for.
I assert at the same time, for coming from a QA background, you have to write your own test cases and then have it base it off of the test cases and the feature information. You have to create a feature and say, this is the way it needs to be. And then you have to be very specific with it.
Yes,
I think the difference there is
the vibe coding people don't do that.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
The difference is also knowing what question to ask, knowing what tests to run. So, for instance, I have a background in C, an assembler. I wrote machine code. Forth. If I wanted to write something in a new language that I don't understand, I can ask AI to write something specific, and then to test it, I know what the test case should be for that based on my experience with other languages and having a background in that over, 10, 15, 20 years. I think if you're starting, what I've seen with a number of vibe-coded projects is that there are some gaping holes, not because it's poorly coded, but because there wasn't the knowledge or the experience to understand what some of the pitfalls are that you can fall into. And by the way, that goes to whether you're a junior coder or a senior coder just trying out, a new language with an LLM. And I think it's the same pitfalls, but it's knowing the traps that you're going to fall into or understanding what good code development is. That's what gives you the background to ask those questions, to have AI work for you instead of it just blindly, leading that, writing code for you. And it's like, oh, it does this, sold, done, labeled it, and out it goes to market with some massively poor bug. But that's the issue I have, and I think you nailed it in that.
Right. So, and I'll give you a specific example right now. It's a bug of a thing that I'm working on. I'm literally working on rewriting this right now, and it's stupid basic, and any junior should have caught it. It's a web app. The only sign-in is magic link, which is fine. The magic links go out. They are usable an infinite number of times, and they are valid for 30 days.
Seems fine.
That would have never hit production.
So,
Send it.
so I'm like I said, I'm a QA QE. I'm not a programmer. I've never written a line of code in my life, but I see how things are connected. I know how APIs work. I know how all this other stuff works, the front end, the back end. I know how I get how it works. I've never written in code, but I'm adjacent enough to it to where I can go and know the pitfalls of it. But at the same time, it's like electrical engineering. I'm not an electrical engineer, but I still can paste, make my own schematics and put them out on a board and be a PCB designer. And I don't have to be an electrical engineer to be a PCB designer.
And would anyone have issues with that?
I don't even know where to start, but okay.
Start on the ground plane.
The interesting thing to me is like applying the LLMs somewhere outside of like the professional use, right? So you saw in Justin's slideshow for the village, there's a special event call sign QSL card. If you or Nick or anybody else who saw that, I think you guys actually saw some of the earlier versions of it. Mm-hmm. How many turns through the LLM do you think it took to produce that end product? And do you think that was completely AI generated, or do you think it took a human in the loop to finally, actually doing graphic design work to finish that card?
Are you talking about UX exclusively?
No, you saw the slide, right? With there was the front of a special event QSL card that we're doing, right? Yeah. It's graphic layout, completely generated by the AI. Not completely, actually, mostly generated by the AI.
Okay.
How many times do you think I had to tell the AI to fix something about that one standard postcard dimension to get a finished product?
Before you answer, let me ask you a question of why that matters for the point we were making earlier.
I think it's demonstrative to this idea that you can just treat it like a junior, and the process will lead to why the argument becomes self-evident.
So the word junior got sent. That is true. That is true. I don't necessarily look at AI as a junior or anything. I just look at it as like a tool. It's just a tool. If I could rapid prototype code with it, it's a great tool. But like I'm just not going to still say like, who was the human being that signed off on this? Like that's kind of my whole viewpoint on it.
Before you move on from that point, can I just echo and say anyone who's treating it any other way, I see that as irresponsible at best.
But that was the point of the live stream, is that there are so many people that are treating it just like prompt it, make it, ship it. And that's what's going on. That's what's happening right now. That is what's
100%.
happening.
But it's up to the person who's actually shipping it. It doesn't matter if it's code or art or music or some other thing, right? Like
no.
You won't own, like you shouldn't do that. And I think we're on the same page with that argument.
Well,
right?
hopefully we are. Hopefully you are. But there's subtle differences. A UI expression of a piece of art that is a website is one thing. There's not like a lot of vulnerabilities that are baked into that. But if you're talking about back-end code that is driving something that touches the input and output of your computer, there is a huge, larger risk variant there. That is not an AI artist thing. And that was the point. That was the point of the live stream, is to point that out.
To reinforce the point, I'm pretty sure I read multiple stories about people who asked for a recipe and were told to add either gallium or bismuth to the ingredient list. So this isn't
AI made
limited
it.
to code.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
1 teaspoon of anthrax.
Let's stick to the UX example. So do you hear what I'm saying though? Like if I rendered up an image that was AI made and I put it on a website, just because it was AI created, that doesn't create a vulnerability to the end user. Would you agree?
Okay, but it does. I mean, it does. So let me use my example to demonstrate. I'm using the word vulnerability in this case a little differently than you are. So I'm trying my desired end product is a QSL card that I can mail to people who request one for a special event station that we're going to operate at Defcon.
Yeah.
Seems super straightforward, right? So I'm like, here's the vibe. This is what I want. Give me some output. And the first thing that comes out looks almost obviously like some like white power prop propaganda poster, because for some reason the clanker loves like lightning bolts and radio. Sorry, I'm on a crappy connection. So the AI comes up with something that I wouldn't even like show my trusted buddies, because this is garbage, right? And it looks cracked. It takes 50 turns before I get something that I'm actually willing to ship, and then I ship it and I send it to print a prototype, and the safety margins are gone, right? Like the vulnerability here doesn't have to be like somebody can root my router and put a botnet on it. It could be.
Wait. That's the point, right? The clarification
I'm trying to get a form that I can mail to people, and I can't fill it out.
No, and I understand what you're saying. The clarification you gave is that it is a risk to the group, Ham Radio Village, because they would not want to put out an image like that. My question was, is it a risk to the end user? And your example was no. If you put up the horrible lightning bolt whatever image, it would be a bad look on the Ham Radio Village, and you would never do that. But it's not a vulnerability on the user. The HTML that displayed that image or whatever is not a vulnerability. Right? That was the point.
I'll clarify. I'm describing myself as the end user here, and in my mind, without having said it out loud, the part that I feel like was demonstrative of your argument against this, right, is the back of the QSL card, like getting it to get a signal report in a format that's even usable.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we lost you.
And like, can I write letters in the box that it provided? Does it fit in the print area? I'm on terrible Wi-Fi right now. Sorry.
Josh, did you like the QSL card I gave you?
I think so. Was that last year?
I sent it. No, I sent it to you earlier this year. And then I messaged you.
I don't know. I don't remember. Like, come on. You're going to hit me with that, like, after this conversation?
It's AI generated.
God damn it. Like, what? Guys, you can't sideline me while I'm trying to be, like, engaged with Shooter here, because his point's good. Shooter, my point... Okay, hold on. I'm going to go back to... We must agree, I think we have to agree. I hope we agree. By the way, hold on. Okay, before I even get into that. So, Shooter, giving your example of the QSL card. So, I personally, as a creator, I have not submitted anything to be in an LLM. I'm not a photographer, but I know that there's a lot of photographers that are upset about what has been trained on their products on the LLM. Can I point to any of them that says that, like, this QSL card was built on the QSL card you made, other people's work? No. Is it a risk to them? Yeah, absolutely. And so that's part of the problem, right? Like, I didn't want to get into... I wanted to keep it coding based, but you gave me such a good off-ramp, so I had to talk about it.
No, I mean we're making the exact same point, I think, and we I think, like I said, I believe we mostly agree it is a tool, right? And it's all about how you apply it. And in the end, with this QSL card, to your point about the artist, there are human elements in it, and if you try to keep the human element human by feeding it through an LLM, you'll fail and end up doing what I had to do, which is just like let the AI do the background art and put the human stuff on top of it in Photoshop, right?
But
like,
it's built on humans, though. Like, the LLM doesn't know art until you exposed it to someone's
absolutely
art.
which is why I got lightning bolts when I asked for a QSL card, right? Because it doesn't really understand the abstract
It just gave you the
digested.
Stormfront. But you hear what I'm saying, right? That's why it is a risk item. That is why we should all consider it a risk item. I can't believe I'm trying to argue with people that are from Defcon about why AI is a risk item. It's a risk. It's a risk.
I think we all understand it's a risk.
I hope so. I hope so. That was the point of the video.
I mean, but you know what else is a risk is going bankrupt, paying a 700-person QA team when what you can afford is 20, right? Like to the other.
Well, I mean, but you got Fiverr. You got a guy in India that will let you that would make a QSL. You got Amanda in Colorado.
Oh,
if you want cheap QSL cards, I know a person for you. She will kill it for you.
I'll gladly accept referrals and have a conversation, but I can talk about that too, because all the while that I was talking to the LLM here, I was literally like, find me a human artist who will do this and we'll pay them. And we found some people,
awesome.
but
okay. Yeah,
we also found Fiverr contractors who were just feeding our shit to a prompt and giving it back to us. So
that's the other problem we're at now. That's the problem we're at now. Yeah, that's the other problem.
We get resumes written that way.
Yeah, but do you think my resume's been through an LLM? It definitely wasn't generated by one, but I'll bet you, I guarantee you, I'll confess to it right here. Half of the copy's been grammatically corrected or typographically corrected, right? It told me where I was missing a semicolon.
Hang on.
That's fine.
Every single HR department in the country and the world is currently using AI to cut down on the number of applications and feeding every incoming resume into it. They can go to hell. They can take my AI resume because I'm optimizing it to get through their AI.
Exactly.
That's war.
Did you use white text in that?
Well, we're getting ones that are just generated based on the thing that we put out. So it's not tailoring it or anything. It's literally writing it word, almost word for word what the request is.
Can I ask a question? Are we at the point where the use of AI is almost more than or equal to, in repetition, the recursion of the prompt to just doing it yourself? Like, are we almost at that point? Well, see, that's the other point, is that there's a break-even point where you have to talk about.
So at Defcon, down in one of the villages, there's a thing where you can test another company's AI like phone system. Mm-hmm. I think there should be more of that.
No, but I'm talking specifically for resumes. So the resume example was given. So yeah. I hand write my resumes. I have my wife look at it, who edits it, because I am a horrible. I make typos.
So she's
and all that stuff. She's not, because she's a human being, but like at some point,
call it the assistant interface.
No one would ever refer to Leia as my assistant. In no world, in no time.
I'll let her slap me at DEFCON, so it's good.
But at the same point, like, how many prompts, like, I talked to a human being and said, hey, could you look at this? Could you edit it for me? And I got an edited resume out of it. And generally when I submit it, I get callbacks. I get responses from people. Versus AI, now we're hearing, AI gets flagged. How many prompts do you have to send before you get a good product out of it? Is it just almost our subtle nature of not wanting to communicate with other human beings? Like, is that like a core point that we're getting to here?
It's the FT8 of sorry.
Is it the FT8 of living, of resumes?
Yes.
Josh, can we agree on one LLM related point and say that KP8 GPT is probably the best ham radio adjacent LLM implementation ever?
Wait, what are you talking about? KPA AGP? What is that?
KP8 GPT. That was ChatGPT's made up call sign at the Hamvention.
Oh, okay. I missed that.
I can't wait until a boomer puts ChatGPT on the repeater.
The fake LLM sad ham. That
Oh yes, yeah. The dot matrix printer. Yes, the perfect version. Yes, the epitome of the use of an AI. Yes, no question.
So
yes.
What I want to do at Hamvention next year is get Chet and then come with a Defcon implementation so the sad ham and the old hacker can argue about who's more wrong about an RFC or something.
This is great. This is good. I like this. I fully support this. I fully support this.
I want to do that now.
Dude, go look at Endpoint. You should go.
I saw that video.
Saw it? Okay.
We just put a V100 at my work so we can do some LLMs locally. It's gonna be sitting doing nothing while we're gone. So.
I just hope everybody. God, now I feel like I was misunderstood because if Grayman didn't get it, and he's literally the least common denominator I'm literally aiming at. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, Grayman. I'm kidding. Are you still here? I'm kidding. That was a joke. The point though was it's like yes, I brought in all these people that are skilled, but you gotta be concerned about it. If you're not, it means that you are operating kind of above your operational understanding of the world you're playing in. That's the point.
Okay, weird question. Can we have LLMs talk on ham radio?
Shot at me.
Yeah,
What?
Nick did this in January.
People have done it, but nothing has really been.
Where they're auto keying between each other and just having conversations.
CW battle bots, the LLM powered exchange. Nick, is your mic still broken?
No, I'm talking. Yes, it's allowed. I mean, we're allowed to do pretty much whatever we want as long as there's a control operator and you're not passing party traffic, right? Like,
I think it'd be cool to have two LLM bots talking about, ham radio, like the old man thing we were just talking about, but actually with voice and on real frequencies that you can tune in during Defcon.
I
do think it needs to be attended, though.
Yeah.
It sounds very CB from what you're describing.
Yeah, I don't think you want to know exactly how much LLM traffic is actually on the air, especially.
Back in my day, we used to have to build a resistor by hand.
Oh, the one thing I could say, and so about 15 years now that I've been licensed, and up until about a year and a half ago, maybe about a year ago, everything looked like it was from the year 2000 and older. So, yeah, you're right, Josh. Every time you download a piece of software and use it, you should always be concerned about it. I don't care if it's a professional development team or vibe coders, but at least they have sparked something, and people are diving in and going into this headstrong with some excitement and revitalizing. Otherwise, I mean, kids table, good point. It's not your grandpa's ham radio anymore. Let's get out of the past and push forward. Should we put some guardrails around it? Should they put on their GitHub, that this is AI coded? Yeah, absolutely. But I'm glad that people are excited about creating software and taking an idea and at least getting it out there where we didn't have it 5 years ago. Because look at, I don't know, N1MM or F3JFP or whatever. I'm sitting here messing around with Polo on a Windows laptop. That's Sebastian, the coder, but a lot of it's Claude assisted. So
are you saying that Sebastian Clauded the development?
He did a fair amount of it. Yeah, he was on Kids Table Wednesday night and talked all about it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a software engineer and you're not doing that, you're getting left behind.
Yeah, it is true.
Yeah.
I'm just mainly messing around, but yeah.
So can I ask a quick question?
Yes, and then we got to say hi to our YouTuber friends, so go ahead.
Okay. How many logger implementations are necessary? Right?
At least
like everybody can
more.
now make one.
At least 18
There's already
more.
77. But if everybody can make their own, right? It kind of becomes then nothing's actually moving.
So this is a good point, but also, like, Nick, I hear what you're saying. I think that
Well, and I'm not saying that in a
So
nobody
let
should.
me actually, I'm going to go back a little bit. A lot of times where programs have attained prominence, it was because a ham, and we're talking about ham radio, I'm not going outside of that, built something that they needed to solve a problem. Right?
Absolutely.
And there, N3FJP, N1, and the myriad of loggers. Like, how many is it before they're like, oh, that's good enough? Are we there? Probably there. Ham Radio Deluxe. Like, those programs exist. At some point, there are people who are just purely trying to improve upon the status quo. That's really what they're doing at this point.
And I'm not against that, but what I'm saying is there's a point of diminishing returns, right?
I agree.
So like 1 is great, 5 is great, 20 is great, is 200 great, right? Because that's where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we also have to
if
keep
all
in
of a sudden
mind-
everything is just out there and thrown, and then there's no responsibility taken for it, that's where you wind up in the, well, it's just now too much.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But we also have to keep in mind that it was not very long ago that every amateur radio program looked like it was written in 1995.
Well,
And
they
we're
all
now
use
getting these
.NET.
really slick interfaces. And, like, I'm not complaining about it yet, personally.
If it works properly, does it really matter what it looks like?
Yes.
I think
philosophy.
so. I mean, for me, yes. Maybe not for everybody, but I'm aesthetically oriented. I like things that look cool.
Would you prefer it to look cool at the sacrifice of working as well?
No, not at all. But if it can do both, that's great.
I think that's irrelevant. I think the other part should have been for security.
Is it just that the programs look bad? Like, I find bugs in the old stuff or the human generated stuff every day. Like amateur radio software in general, I'm saying, right? Like, I don't want to call anybody out, and if it comes across that way, like, I'm not, but like, there are weird bugs in some of the software that, you learn to work around, and it's like software from the 90s, right? It works, you get the job done, but it's not good.
Well, I think a lot of these softwares, we'll just use logging programs because they've been around forever. Most of those started out as a labor of love in the 90s. And honestly, the only stuff that's really been done to them is mostly the bare minimum to keep it running on the most current version of operating system. And that's really about it. We're doing so much more now with some of these newer applications. I mean, I'm running around. I've got loggers on my phone and on a tablet, and I can go wherever. I'm not limited. I'm not dragging a laptop with me everywhere I go. And I can't do that with N3FJP. I can't run N3FJP on my Mac. I mean, there's a lot of things that these newer generation of programs have provided us. And I would say, like, a good example in 3FJP, and those are not necessarily compatible with programs like Soda. You can take it with you, but it's going to be like Aura's Soda phone, right?
All right, I gotta cut a break here, and we gotta say hi to some of the YouTubers that are in the chat. So, I definitely know we haven't solved the problem here with AI, because that would be impossible. But we are like 2 weeks out from Defcon, and we're going to see a lot of cool stuff that comes out of there. And I hope you all come out to Defcon. I really do. With that said, I'm going to go down the list to my best of ability. Bill, Ham Radio Tectonics, are you there, man?
Hey, Josh, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can, Bill. What is your experience with AI? And if somebody could drop the links for Bill while I do this, that'd be great. If you could do that, thank you.
I have very little, and because this is out of my scope of knowledge, I've really enjoyed this conversation. I'm just gonna say hello to everybody. Name here is Bill, probably India Lima. Ham Radio Tectonics is a channel, and just reached 3,000 subscribers. Working on a video right now, and you guys get right back at it because this is really interesting.
Well, there you go. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Next, the Broke Ham. What's going on, man? What have you been up to?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of Morse code focused stuff. So
Also,
just
you're
I'm
kind
doing.
of quiet. Can you bump?
Oh,
that
am
up?
I? I can boost. How's
Hold on, let me
this?
see.
Is this better?
Yeah, way better.
Okay. I'm like all the way up now. So, yeah, I've got been doing a lot of Morse code stuff. So I did the NR7Y mod on a K1 that's going to be coming out this week. I made my first Morse code contact yesterday. Actually, two of them, because I think I screwed up the first one, so I wanted to make sure I had a real one to count. So I went ahead and made another one. And then outside of YouTube, I'm on the Dan Beard Scouting Radio Council. We're getting scouts on the air, so that's keeping me pretty busy. And that's a ton of fun. And I'm begrudgingly using AI at work. So,
my God,
diving into that Claude.
Well, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for joining us. Next is, I think, Gray Man. By the way, if I missed anybody, feel free to just shout out. It's no big deal. I won't be offended. Gray Man is next. Go for it, man. What's going on?
Oh, not much, man. Just staying busy. As I mentioned a little bit ago, we had Sebastian on the kids table. Great discussion. He introduced his next generation application. I don't know if you guys have heard it. Polo is going to be around for maybe one or two more revisions, and then it'll be moved over to Halo. So I've actually got a copy of that downloaded on the Jankopotamus right here in front of me. And I think I'm going to try to do a live stream, live activation with it tomorrow to see how that goes.
Nice. Very good. Well, check out Gray Man, always getting active in radio. And I appreciate your candid response to me. Thank you for doing that. All right, next, I'm going to throw it over to K7 UAP. You want to talk a little bit? I don't know that you have a YouTube channel, but you got some.
Well, I kind of do, but I've just been going through learning electrical engineering for like the last 8 months myself, and kind of been building boost converters and buck converters. And right now I'm working on a boost converter for taking like an 18650 and outputting 12 volts for like a QMX. And it's actually going quite well. And
nice.
And I just finished another buck converter that's fully CISPR 25 compliant. So it barely puts out any noise here. I'm gonna put it in chat here. But it has the switching node, and there's the output on the right. It has the fast Fourier transform also. So, but basically this is super clean buck converter. It can take up to 36 in and output up to 3 amps, and it works amazingly well. But I'm going through it and learning that, and I'm just working and 50, 60 hours a week at the same time for a major telecom company, and I'm enjoying life. But I don't do much YouTube, but I do post a video once in a while.
Well, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate your support and hanging out in the live stream. So that's amazing. Now, I would be remiss. I do want to give a moment for Dave, our Mesh-tastic Dave, KB5UTY. Dave, talk a little bit. You're gonna do some stuff for Defcon. I think we should hear it. So everybody's ready to go. Are you there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah. So I jumped in with both feet to Defcon. It'll be my first Defcon and my first time volunteering at the Ham Radio Village. I am bringing a SDR display for the demo table that's going to visualize all the different protocols and how they stack up in the RF spectrum using some little pies and SDRs. So I was going to ask, what should I bring to DEF CON? But the conversations have been nuts. So I just kind of sat back in the back and watched. But yeah, DEF CON, DEF CON, DEF CON. That's all I'm thinking about right now.
I love it, dude. So am I. I'm packing up. I got literally everything on this screen. Oh my God, so much stuff that I'm going to be packing. Yeah, I'll be right there with you, man. I guess it is. You don't want to not have it and be at home when you have the thing. So Shooter calling out the 1.26. I'll have the 1.26. We'll get a satellite thing going. So Dave, I mean, have you worked a lot of satellites in the past? That whole thing.
I've done the handheld with an HT, and I've done sitting in my truck in West Texas and did an ISS pass. So I've done some satellites. I can bring. I'm flying, so I could bring. I've got an arrow and an elk, and I could bring an HT or whatever. I'm just here to help.
I like it. Well, we will. I'll bring out the 50 water in case we get an ISS pass, because if we get ISS, I'll throw a little bit more power at it. But no, I'll have the kit. I'll have a hand portable kit we can do something with. Not full duplex, but if someone wants to duplex with me with their elk or arrow, that would be cool. So Dave, if you want to be a duplexer, you can transmit too. It doesn't matter. That would work. 2 stations works really well for this kind of situation, for duplexing and whatnot.
That works for me. I'll bring my arrow.
There you go. All right, cool. All right, next is, I think, Mark. How's it going, man? Boondock Echo.
Did I hear a Boondock Echo? An AI-assisted radio device.
An AI... AI-assisted radio device.
I tell you, man. How you doing?
What? Why weren't you screaming out? You were so passionate about everything you do.
I was, and I tried to like 5 times during this conversation, and I think my audio glitched, and then my power went out, and then the power came back, and then I'm like, not meant to be. I'm just going to pull up my phone and chill.
As a professional in this space, would you like to add your thoughts?
Yeah. My concern is less than, I don't want to get into the whole junior coder thing, although I can certainly sympathize with all of that. My issue is something to do with my neighbor, and he's not a coder at all. And he has a million bright ideas a day. And he will call me and say, Mark, I've got this idea. And he'll use AI to execute it. And then the next day he has another bright idea. Mark, I've got this idea. And again, uses AI to execute it. And he's leaving just this strew of great ideas in the wake. And instead of getting ahead at anything, he, and this is particular to him, is leaning on this in such a way that he's not getting anything done. And that is kind of my concern with a lot of these, like with the whole ham clock thing, when I saw there was I don't know how many people decided to come out with their own versions of this all of a sudden. I'm like, what's going to be around in a year? What's going to be around in 5? So my concerns are a little bit different, but let me share with you a good use of AI. So during the call, another thing I was doing was reviewing a PowerPoint presentation for a city on the East Coast. Their fire department wanted to be able to identify maydays, man downs, all that sort of things. So we can do that. I'm like, how cool is that? That if a firefighter gets in trouble, we're paying attention. They ran through the drill. They put on their masks and everything. We're talking into the radios. And, I was listening to this audio, they pretended he fell through a 2nd floor to the 1st floor. It's like, I've got 1,500 PSI left, and all this stuff. And we can give that to a fire captain and give them just that much more information. And I think that's absolutely wonderful. Yeah. So yeah, there's misuses of it, sure, but I mean, there's so many amazing uses of it as well. And that's just one of them. So I'm excited for what the future can hold with AI. And I agree, it can be used, it can be misused, it can be, I don't know, all sorts of things, but it has a lot of great promise. And it's been said many times in this conversation, if you don't even know what it is, you're going to be left in the dust by That's somebody true. Who's figured out how to use it into their workflow. So, yeah.
Well, I appreciate you hanging out, waiting this long to talk. And 73, buddy. Appreciate it.
73, all right. And it was have fun at Defcon.
I'm going to have a great time. So, going down the list here, after Mark Hughes, who else has a YouTube channel that we should give a shout out to? Is there anybody who wants to drop their link and give a little bit of a talk about what they're coming up with? Maybe for Defcon? Matt, go ahead, Matt. What's going on, dude? Oh yeah, right after Matt. Right after Mark. Go ahead. What's going on, man?
Not much. Just posted a video about my contact with the National Jamboree over in West Virginia. Got to talk to like 5 different scouts and try to inspire them to go further than just Radio Merit Badge. But I'm finally going to be making up some videos and getting things back to going. So be watching for all sorts of interesting things.
I appreciate you, man. Thanks for joining us out here. Thank you very much for hanging out, and everybody go check him out. All right, I think I'm gonna wrap up right now. I've been showing the kids different. What did I show them last time? Oh, let me go back. Did anyone watch Marie Antoinette? Bill, did you watch Marie Antoinette? You did. You watched it, right? Do you have thoughts? Who saw it?
I watched most of it, and I did not watch the ending yet. Frank got me into a bunch of other.
Spoiler alert: she dies.
That's the thing. It's like I already knew how it was going to come out, but I wanted to see the depiction.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any thoughts?
I'll share those with you next time we talk. But
okay.
It's quite a different. I don't know. It was depicted. The perspective was different than.
We're losing you on the mic.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
The perspective was a little bit different than what I'm used to, but I'll share that with you another time.
There you go. Right on. So last week I had the kids watch Pacific Rim, which is an amazing movie, just all around. They saw The Matrix already, but they have not seen The Matrix Part 2. So I think I'm going to do Matrix Part 2. I have so many good movies I can tap into and just show the kids, like, the best. And then, like, that's it. We will probably stop at Matrix Part 2 and see how it goes. Yeah. The second Pacific Rim is good, too? That was not what was conveyed in the reviews that I saw. So they did bug me
Watch
last
for
week.
yourself. Don't listen to the reviews.
What's that? Is it good?
It's enjoyable if you've seen the first one, but like don't just look at the reviews only.
I kind of
that's how people got tricked into watching Matrix sequels.
Snowcones, did you just say that The Matrix Part 2 is meh?
Yep, those are fighting words.
At best.
Trinity on the highway in a motorcycle? Are you kidding me?
Oh, it was terrible.
But
that whole scene was terrible.
What do you mean terrible?
Can we disown him?
They should have stopped after the first one. The first one ended.
Yep. It was perfect. And then they ruined it.
Yes, many people have said The Matrix Part 1 is like a perfect movie. I get it. But like Matrix Part 2, Trinity on the highway with a motorcycle? Are you kidding?
Has good scenes does not mean.
All right, Josh, in the prep to Defcon, what's your favorite hacker movie?
Sneakers, for sure. No
That
question.
is the correct answer.
Yeah, that is the only answer. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love hackers. I grew up in that generation of hackers. But the right answer is sneakers. Like it is the right
So
answer.
you're not going to appreciate the War Games reference in the MOTD of the Defcon 34 Ham Radio Village PDFs? I'm crushed.
I am a big fan of War Games, but I don't think that is the best hacker movie, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. I like, don't get me wrong, War Games is amazing. Amazing. So I was looking at like one of the directors of software development. He's like, hackers is what came up with this hackathon project that I did and all this stuff and blah blah blah. And like,
how
I
can we
watched
have
that
this
movie
conversation without talking about Mr. Robot?
because he said movie. He said movie. He said
okay.
movie.
Sorry, I'll go back to my cave. You're right.
Yeah. And I know now that I am old enough that sneakers and war games is no longer the entry to hacker mentality, and hackers itself is not even the entry to hackers anymore. Like, we need a new movie. We do. I don't know if you thought about that. I think it does it. People will figure it out regardless. But like that.
I have things that I want to say, but I also don't want to spoil my hope talk. But
Okay,
I would say that, like, generally speaking, hackers just a synonym for ham and vice versa, and like we should stop getting into this label business and just.
I agree.
start breaking into it.
But like after the movie Hackers, like what would you call the best hacker movie after the movie?
Hackers is timeless. So
after, or
I think it ends with Hackers.
Yeah, that's it. Like it's done
now.
Hacking, no, like it's about a mindset, right? Like it's not about the technology. It's not about the time of the year, day, or whatever.
Yes,
it's just about the mindset. So like the movie ages very well. The content may not quite, but like the whole spirit of it all, it's right there. And war games too. Like that's why I actually kind of was a little surprised to hear some of the others. Sneakers is a good example. That's another one where it's like maybe not as modern as it could be, but it still teaches the hacker spirit, and that's what's really important.
But that's what. Okay, so that's where I'm going. Is that like there's no movie post Hackers that has that hacker spirit. I have heard. I don't know if you all heard this, but Neuromancer is on the block for having a movie production for. Now, maybe Neuromancer?
GoldenEye?
GoldenEye is a hacker
good
movie?
Lord, no.
It's not one.
It was great on Nintendo
60. Hey, I'm only going to make a chronological observation completely unrelated to the conversation. Swordfish was released after Hackers.
It's a good point.
Swordfish is not a good hacker mentality movie.
It had good scenes.
They had an IP address in the movie, Josh. That's all that counts.
That's not. Is there some kind of somebody's curated list of real hacker movies or even loosely aligned with hacking in movies?
Well, okay,
Well,
so that's
I
an
think
excellent point. Are you considering loosely aligned like Jumpin' Jack Flash or Cloak and Dagger?
Oh, Cloak and Dagger, I can see.
Cloak and Dagger.
You could give me an argument.
I mean, are
for
you
Cloak and Dagger.
implying that Swordfish wouldn't be on said list if one existed, or are you?
Have you seen Hugh Jackman hack? Have you seen the scenes of Hugh Jackman hacking?
I have, and I can't say the reason why I think Swordfish is the second greatest hacking movie ever in public.
The second greatest before Sneakers or War Games?
It's 2 words, buddy. Halle Berry. Okay, I'm done. Mic drop.
This is what you're bringing to the Hope? This is what you're bringing?
No, I'm trolling you right now.
Okay. Oh, thank you. I
just posted a list about that's movies about hackers, and this list is pretty funny. The IMDb list.
What's oh god,
Lawnmower Man?
Oh, Lawnmower Man.
Oh,
yeah, that's
so
a real
good.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of that, but that's kind of more of a cult classic, really. I don't know if I'd count it.
Well, it counts in the same way as the like Tron or Honey I Shrunk the Kids. It's just another one of those.
There's a TV show, and I know I said we were going to talk about TV shows, but it's something Styles, the blonde actress, something Styles, and she's like, "Have you ever danced with the cyber cowboys on the wireless on the wireless internet?"
Oh, is it the line from 1989 Batman?
It was like a Disney show, and it was so funny. It was not really Disney. I don't know. I have no idea. But oh my god, it was the best. It was the funniest line.
I'm gonna do it badly if I do it. That's Jack Nicholson's line from the '89 Batman. Everyone has
Dance with the
tried
Devil
to
in
do
the Pale Moonlight.
There you go. That's
it.
it.
I know exactly what you're talking about. That movie I have back to back. Yeah. Nobody knows what I'm talking about because we're not seeing the links.
You know what? Live Free or Die Hard deserves to be on this list and probably deserves to be higher. I don't care what anybody says. It punched above its weight.
No. This is hacking in the modern parlance. So here we go. Let's see.
No way.
Hacking is incredibly not exciting, though.
No, this is major.
I mean, that's only because
how many
Hollywood's
screens
really
she's got?
bad at
I'm muting it
portraying
just so I
on
don't
the
get
screen.
striked.
Delete the node and dump them on the other side of the router.
I'm trying. It's moving too fast.
Now there's two people typing on the same keyboard.
Connection to the APHIS database. Sever it.
I can't. It's a point
You know
attack.
what? Yeah. But if you're going to include the girl with the dragon tattoo, you have to include the original.
Oh, the original's really good.
Definitely.
Way better. Now I got 3 people. One with
Know what's
pizza.
next.
That is the most
Can't
hacker
stop.
thing ever.
I do have to say, though, that it has always, maybe this is pedantic, but it has always bothered me that people use the word hacker to describe cracking. When the term hacker originated from MIT, and it was their Model Railroad Club that originated it.
Oh, really? Because they're like hacking kids?
That is absolutely correct. I went to MIT High School Studies program, and that is exactly where that originated from.
Yeah, they used to have something called the jargon file.
The jargon file. Yep.
And it was a bunch of kids, and they did all this automation stuff with Model Railroad and stuff, and they considered themselves hackers because they would hack together solutions.
But did they use AI for that? No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, here we go. I found it.
About the hacker for the next issue.
You're probably not going to hear this.
Do you know anything
People
about
on
hackers?
YouTube will.
Can you get the
Mr.
console
Robot
cowboys
is
in
to hacking
cyberspace?
as the Matrix
What?
2 is to movies.
Ever read Neuromancer?
Yes,
Huh?
some people acknowledge
Ever
it.
experienced the new wave? Next wave? Dream wave? Or cyberpunk?
It's a show, so it has to be entertaining
Okay,
first.
I'm gonna pause it there. You guys can watch that. The Julia Stiles in Ghost Rider was a ridiculous PBS syndicated show that I saw as a child.
Yeah, also that.
Oh, Ghost Rider was a fantastic show.
But it was on PBS. It was like public broadcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot that was
there you
Julia
go.
Stiles.
I just dropped. That's Julia Stiles. There you go. I found it. That's a whole
I didn't
like.
even realize that was
Go enjoy this clip that I just dropped for you. All right.
Just like person of interest is to AI and Flock.
Well, I mean, I don't see Enemy of the State on here, and that's.
Oh, that too, yeah.
Oh, Enemy State.
It's definitely relevant to the plot, even if it's not in the film.
Yeah, there's not really
All right,
good
we're
hacker
not-
movies though. Like
We're
I'm still
not
going back
talking
to-
about. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
We're not talking about. We're not talking about TV, but does 24 count as a hacking show or not? Like hacking, is
I
hotline
guess if I'm
adjacent to at least a couple of
breaking
seasons.
the breach, I started out saying movies only, but yeah, 24 would be a hacker show. Yeah.
And I would probably technically count The Social Network as well.
Yeah, that's really, really borderline.
I don't think so.
Unless you want to consider how the early many versions of Facebook were literally just hacked together.
You guys are missing.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it like in terms of bootstrapping technology. Like when he did the face smash thing.
They're interesting.
You guys are missing the biggest hacking movie out there, and nobody's mentioned it. It's Independence Day.
Independence Day.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, okay. If that one counts, so does Stargate.
Oh,
that's
No.
Let's
we're
just
not-
go around the
Stargate
circle.
doesn't count.
You got to hack the DHD. Come on, let's go. I'm with it.
Is Battlestar
Where's Star
Galactica
Trek
a
in the-
hacking movie now?
Battlestar Galactica is not a movie. What do you mean?
I mean, it started as a direct-to-TV movie originally, but okay, TV show movie, classify however you like.
With that said, that was on my list of like good TV shows, like hacker TV shows, is Battlestar Galactica. That is because they mention it multiple times, is that this ship is off the grid. Like there's no wireless technologies in it. It's all internal. Because he literally picks up a handheld to talk to somebody on the other side. So yes, I agree on that one. Okay, I gotta go though. I gotta wrap up because I literally gonna make the kids watch. Maybe we'll see if the wife will allow it. Matrix Part 2. So I'm gonna go.
The Expanse, maybe.
I do like The Expanse a whole lot. But that's God.
Absolutely, it is.
Can you teach your kids Belter before Defcon? You got 2 weeks. Let's go.
I do like The Expanse. Oh my God! What a huge super chat! Thank you for the super chat. Thank you very much, Captain Mott. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Well, I assert that Expanse is because they had to hack the ship and change the name of the ship, right?
The Rocinante. That's right. Oh God, I love that show. Okay, I can't start. I can't start with that. I'm gonna be here forever.
I was trying to find. I can't find the reference. I used to read.
Yeah, I gotta go. All right, I gotta go. He died. I gotta go. Everybody take it easy. 73. Bye-bye. See ya. All right, we are clear on the Discords. Sorry to cut you guys off over there. I appreciate all the support. I don't know what the best hacker movie is after Hackers. It's definitely not Swordfish, so don't throw that in the comments. But would love to hear your thoughts. Post them below. And until I talk to you again, we got another week before DEF CON 73. See ya.